good to go. Let's hit live. Let's do this. All right, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to stream. this is a first stream that we've done in a hot minute. So it's been a minute. It's good to, hopefully all of you guys are doing well. Today is going to be, well, today's stream is sponsored. This is going to be a coaching stream. The first 30 minutes, though, is going to be me kind of doing some self-assessment on my own self because I haven't played a whole lot. My last video that you saw on Thursday was one of my first videos that I posted because I had taken a... If you don't know, the whole circumstance that happened with my wife, she is finally home. We are just trying to get back into a sense of normalcy. I have help here today who's helping me out, trying to get back in the swing of things, you know? So every little bit towards a step of the right direction. So I'm going to do today at the start here, because a lot of people always have questions. How do I improve? What do I need to do? And well, I think what's interesting about taking a little bit of a break, whether it's intentional or not, is that it gives you a sense to figure out where your flaws are on what you're doing. And because of that, you're able to make a lot more improvement because you're not looking at the situation so closely. Let's grab a few loadouts here and let's just see how we do. So what I've done the last couple days is actually have been in aim lab. Probably about 15 minutes a day. I spent probably about 25 minutes this morning just trying to get into back into the flow of things. Let's actually use the Volt. I'm gonna do a few exercises. Want to continue to improve and work. So this is what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes before we do the coaching session. And don't worry, I'm going to timestamp everything. We have 3 people. The coaching sessions are free when we do them. I don't charge. Whether the stream is sponsored or not, this stream was actually sponsored just to do gameplay. I decided to do coaching. You know, I mean, everyone knows I haven't really charged ever for coaching. It's just not what I do. But all right, let's just see how we do this morning. So like if you were to... What's your Vantage stats? I have no idea, man. I haven't been able to play for a whole week because of everything that's been going on. Okay, let's just change some of the audio a little bit. I'm still waking up a little. Okay, there's a few things to identify as you keep, let's say you keep doing your recoil, you know? You keep backing up. Let's say, okay, you got 100% accuracy there. Let's see how we're doing when we back up a little bit more. Pretty solid. Let's keep backing up more. So this is pretty much like how you would self-assess how you're doing with your aim. And just kind of gauging it, whether you can shoot those targets or whatever you want to shoot. Okay, this is probably the spot where I'm not as comfortable, so we'll just hang right here. And you pretty much just keep spraying until you find that comfort, right? Better. I need a lot more heavy though. Let's grab a lot more heavy. And then what you do is you start to isolate those things. So one thing I noticed, I just need to get back into the flow with my recoil control again. I haven't spent as much time with my recoil. It's a little bit better. Let's back up even more. Oddly, I was a little better than when I was closer. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not landing as many headshots. Better. Okay, that's pretty good. Not too bad. And then the flatline is a great gun to kind of start off with. Okay, this is probably the spot where I need to work on. But you kind of self-assess and say, okay, what do I need to focus on? What do I need to improve upon? I mean, like, I know the recoil pattern of this, but it's very clear that, you know, my beams are... They're actually not too bad this morning. I think one thing that is better is my stability. This is probably the range that I would need to work on a bit more. And you would just practice it out. I think one thing that's really slowed up from being away is my speed. But that's kind of helped my recoil control. So I'm going to talk about in terms of speed and what exercises that I do. You made Vantage? No, I did both Vantage and Watson. That is down just a smidgen. I still use mouse acceleration. Still doing that as well. And if you enjoy, you know, coaching or anything we do today, let's just use this up while we're at it, right? Might as well, you know, kind of get into the flow of what we're doing. Yeah, if I'm like closer here, it seems like I'm doing pretty good, but when I back up a little bit, this is a spot where I'm a little bit, you know. And all it is just, it's kind of a bit of memorization, and it just takes a little bit of time and love of just like spending the time. That's how you do it. Like, so I've been at multiple ranges like this, and so you just kind of keep backing up. Am I good here? Back up. Am I good here? Back up. Am I good here? And just keep backing up, backing up. So let's work a little bit on speed. Let's see how we're doing on speed wise. Usually what I like to do is do like a exercise of bouncing like this. This is like a good base right here. So my reset point right here is a little bit wonky. My reset there. I seem like I'm hitting the targets pretty solid, but my reset to the center is a problem. There's a few things we can do with that if we want to extend it out. I like doing this one. You can add some movement to it. That's also helpul. I always find that a little bit helpful as well, whether you're in controller or not. Let's go back to this. These little flicks are what really get you, especially when you're using the Peacekeeper. Yeah, that reset to the center is like, it's decent. It's just not as clean as it could be. I was doing this earlier in aim lab, and this is what I noticed, is that my speed and my stability seems a little off. It's not bad, so we're gonna do this back up a little bit. Let's try to make it a little harder. This is mostly the range that you're gonna have to deal with. Well, my reset is better here in the center, but my targets in left and right. I don't know. It's getting there. What's your sensitivity of it? I just wanted to know if I lower. I actually use mouse acceleration, so that's a really tough question to answer. If you're in the test range and you find out, let's say like you're trying to flick, right? You're trying to do a 180 and then shoot, and you feel comfortable with that. Or let's say you get close and your recoil control seems a little off. Then what you're trying to do is you need to figure out, okay, is that control too much for me? Or is it too slow? Does it hurt my arm? Like if I do this, does it hurt my arm? If I am trying to get micro movement, am I too unstable? Ask yourself those questions as you're doing this. Like right now, I mean, I haven't changed my sensitivity in a very, very long time. But at one point I was changing it quite a bit. I keep under flicking. I noticed that this morning. There's a lot of under flicking, so like I need to see like how I stop right before I hit it. I don't really know. I mean, it's one thing. There you go, a little bit better. Just have to be a little bit more self-aware. Yeah, I keep under flicking. Look at that. See, I stop right here. The same spot over and over again. And the only thing you could do, okay, so this is how you would clean it up, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you do it. And this is before we actually start, you know, getting into coaching. So I got about, let's say 22 minutes. So I got a little bit of time to kind of fix things. Is you essentially go real slow. And you want to go slow enough to the point where you're able to clean that up. So you go boom, 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 and then just, you know, let's let it fully reset. Boom, 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 boom. I keep overshooting it even when I do it slow. You see, that's where you identify, okay, that's a bad habit. I keep undershooting or overshooting. I actually would prefer to overshoot right now and just take it really slow. I mean, really slow. Also, a platform in terms of what I coach doesn't matter, guys, because I really practice fundamentals in terms of positioning, like when we do coaching and 1v1s. It really doesn't matter the platform that you're on, as long as you get the base and you understand, because mechanical stuff can be trained. You just have to be very, very self-aware of it. That problem and that reset is driving me nuts. That's going to get me eliminated pretty much in game if I... So what I would do, you can switch it to the wingman. It's also a good, really good practice because the wingman has a very slow velocity. It's not a heavy gun anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's switch over to this. And if you have trouble with your movement, then what I normally would do is I recommend, you know, practicing your movement in like the test range and just kind of warming up to it. You know, whether you need to do this over and over again like 100 times. Let's say you're just doing a tap strafe into a wall bounce. Do it over and over and over again until it becomes second nature. What I find weird is the fact that I took time away. The thing that felt a little more rusty coming back wasn't the movement. It was actually my aim that felt a little more rusty. Like, skill doesn't go away. Like, it just takes a little bit to get the rust off. But I would say my comfort level, yeah, the same is a little wonky. And don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Make it harder. My speed as I need more accuracy. Like this is like my tough range right here. This is what I need to probably practice for about, I don't know, give or take. Like if I were to do 15 minutes a day, like if I were really serious, I'd probably sit here for like an hour and just knock it out, you know, until I've pretty much mastered it. We'll line it up so that I'm forced to hit the headshot here. This is actually pretty smart. I didn't think about that. Like if you stand perfectly right here, like come up with like unique ways and exercises to really improve. That's what really is going to make a difference. The server? No, I'll hop in their servers. I mean, the whole premise is like if you're fighting around a 1v1 box, let's see how I do hitting keybind.
Moving there.
Like let's say if somebody you're fighting around a box and they just do this, then you know the player doesn't really know pretty much not 100% what they're doing. But let's say they like you 1v1 them and they go right for it and then miss a bunch of your shots regardless of ping, then you know they still need to there's still things to work on. Or the way they push into a fight. Let's say like when they work their way in from that one exercise and they work in, it doesn't matter ping if you notice right away like, hey, that's probably not the best way to work your way into a fight. And it doesn't matter your platform if I see that they're making blatant mistakes, you know? It's just like, how is your creativity in terms of like you improving? That's probably the biggest advice I would give. Most people, when they struggle, it has more to do with their creativity and thinking outside the box. Like, I didn't even think about this. Like, this is actually pretty good. Kind of forcing you to be like micro precision with this. That health bar, my god, is really hard to see. Alright, so let's do this. Does he have a link to the Discord on his YouTube page? Just do explanation. That's already there. It's already in chat. But yeah, the coaching is free. Again, this is just my moment to kind of warm up with you guys. Like what I self-assess. I might hop into like a hot drop and just kind of like see how I'm doing. I would say some of my decision making is I feel like I'm a little more impatient because I'm just trying to like have fun because I haven't really gotten to play Apex in a while. That can also happen, you know, like patience. Patience is so key. When it comes to just being diligent and improving, patience is everything. If you're not patient, you're just not going to make any progress. Like if you're like you got to be diligent with this in terms of like practicing it. And the only way to get better at it is by actually physically practicing it, you know? My shot's just a little off on it. It's probably going to showcase in the coaching for today. That's okay. That's why we do this. It's why I wanted to showcase like my range. I need to work on recoil from probably around this distance. I need to work on hitting small targets like this and then keeping the speed and momentum up as I hit various targets. It's going to be the best way to actually improve. And you really just got to get used to the bounce. Most people with the wingman don't realize that you actually don't have to move as much as you think. The bounce isn't as much there. Are you playing playing a max FOV? Wait, so can you coach anyone in this chat right now? Well, I'm gonna bring people in. Usually what I do is I bring them in from Discord. And I put up like a sign up sheet and then I just say, hey, it's free, and then just sign up for free. That's how I do it. But I'll timestamp this. I just kind of wanted to do some self-assessment, reflection on what I need to work on. My speed is just, I need to build speed back up again. But I've always had this problem to begin with. I think I was just being very complacent. And actually taking a step back, you know, let's turn this all into a positive. Taking a step back and then realizing, okay, hey, I can work on my speed. It's only a positive because now my eyes are a bit more open and aware of it. And just kind of reviewing it. Even as we're watching, like, it's getting better. Like, just like actually flicking between these targets. Not as shoddy as it was at the start. I'm landing more headshots here and there, but you see what I mean? This is how... Granted, the only reason why this is much faster for me is because I've already put in the hours and time. If you put in the hours and time, exercises like this can really help expedite things. And it only gets better. And keep in mind, like, this is a static target, right? And like static targets can, when you introduce a moving one, is going to only make things a little bit more difficult. Pretty good. That's not bad. I use a stretch res, 16 by 10. Okay, not bad. All right, so we're gonna do is we're gonna go hop into a round. Let's go take a look. I got 15 minutes before the first coaching session, so we're gonna hop in and see what mistakes we make. I'm still kind of waking up a little bit, so I apologize. And I haven't gotten to play rank besides the spectating video that you guys all saw. Let's see here. I think everything is good. We'll play a little Vantage. First time catching you live. I appreciate you. Well, welcome. If you enjoy the stream, don't forget to leave a like. We're about to hop in with 3 different people. We got 3 hours worth of coaching for today. Who do you think is meta right now? For King's Canyon, I mean, Seer and Bloodhound are just... Scan Legends are always just going to be extremely powerful. I need to play a bit more just to get the meta down. I feel like it always shifts every single split. Everyone starts to play something a little different. Like, I've been seeing a lot of conversation around Lifeline. So what we're going to do here right now is I'm going to try to see what mistakes I make and just kind of do like a quick self-assessment how I'm doing. My aim, I need to work on speed again, so I'm probably going to just iron out some speed with some exercises, the one that you saw with precision. Recoil from very, very far away. And then when we're coaching, I'm going to monitor how I make sure I'm not too jittery with my hand. That's going to be what I'm going to focus on quite a bit. Let's see how my decision making is. I'll try to call out beforehand if it's a dumb push or a smart push, and see if my logic is sound or not. Yo, what's going on? But welcome everybody. It's great to have you here. Tovan, it's good to have you. Blaze, Gamer, it's good to see you. Good to see everybody. We're gonna do some live coaching here in just a minute. I'm personally just kind of warming up, just having conversation about everything that we're kind of breaking down and doing. Sorry if my voice, if I don't sound as like energetic. I've gone through a lot recently, but trust me, I'm okay. Everything's okay. I promise. Have some help right now that's able to give me the opportunity to kind of step away, which is very helpful. No pun intended. I'm gonna land over here on the right. Oh shoot. I'm gonna get dropped on, huh? Well, this is RNG. This is not good. Okay, that's not good. I didn't get anything. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to leave my teammates, unfortunately. Listen, the people can get mad all they want, but if you missed all the loot and I try to grab it, I grabbed all the ammo, unfortunately. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna grab some stuff, and I'm gonna go back for him. People can get mad all they want, but you know, it's... You can only do so much. Gosh, there's no gun. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Well, at least I have this. Let's see. Might just flank these guys and they left. Oh, that's okay. We'll play it solo then. I just didn't get anything. Alright, there we go. That's a gun. I can fight now. A little late, but I can fight now. You really only need at least one gun. I would have stayed if I grabbed a sentinel, but I missed every single thing, you know? Trying to see what the heck is going on here. Shoot. That's not good. Oh, shoot. Hello. Wow, that's so unfortunate. I got really unlucky. I ran into a whole nother team. Let's drop again. So, if I self-assess, my drops are really bad. I was so late there. I need to work on being, like, on time on the drop. Like, I just didn't get any loot. That's my bad. Let's drop again, but let's actually drop better and actually proper, so we can actually get loot before the opponents do. Yo, Edge, thank you so much for the 10. I love your videos. This is your coaching. I know it's free. Sorry about what you're going through. How do you coach controller players? Same way I coach PC players. It's all about fundamentals, positioning, when you loot, how you rotate. It's the same thing. You have to understand, no matter, regardless of your input, when you're playing at the highest level, your input and your mechanics should be already trained to know what you need to do. Now, if you need to work on confidence, then I'll work on your confidence. But in terms of like mechanical stuff, like your mechanical base should be fine. When you get to that next level, when you start focusing on positioning, how did I push? What did I do? Then you start to kind of analyze and review. If I look what we did there, the drop was just bad. That was a bad drop. And I could have done, I think it was Jump Master. I'm still waking up. I could have been there much faster, and because we didn't beat anybody to the punch, I literally had to run everywhere to look for at least one weapon. And then I was late into the fight, and then I hesitated. And that'll get you eliminated. So I might have to leave this next one a little early, because I got 10 minutes before the first person. Let's see, what if person you're coaching plays on EU servers? It doesn't matter. It's decision making. Decision making is the biggest thing. Yeah, sure, maybe they'll land more shots. That's why I say it doesn't matter if you win or lose in the 1v1s. I need to see when they make a decision, when they don't make a decision. That's what matters most. When did you decide to push? When did you decide not to push? When did you try to fight the 1v1? When did you not? You know? How was your movement in that encounter? Let's see if they drop hot. Okay, let's see if they drop here. Okay, that works. Does anyone know if Flow State Aim Trainer is downloaded? Oh, gosh, wish I had that. I need to use that. The answer is always the same, guys, in terms of like coaching. I know that seems like everyone keeps answering the same question, but it's always the same in terms of like how you coach and how you improve. It's really just about positioning and decision making and your team play and everything, all of those things. I don't know if anybody landed here. See, much better drop. Granted, it's not hot, but if you drop hot, you want to be able to be first. That's like the biggest thing. If you're not first, then you're late. And if you're late, you're gonna lose, you know? Should have grabbed the crafting materials. Essentially, it should just rotate. It's pub, so I just want to rotate really, really quick. But know where loot is, so I got my guns. I'm pretty much ready to rotate, even if I had armor or not. Because at this point, you know, you don't really need... You can craft up, but if you're playing pubs, you want to be really, really quick on the draw. At this point, I am good to go. I'm pretty much ready. What we're going to do is we're going to loot over here. Help your wife. She's doing much better. Right now, I have somebody... they're helping her right now, and it gives me time to... One, I haven't really been on the computer a whole lot, and... You know, coach, try to give back to the community, kind of balance things out. I'm sure I definitely need it for my own mental as well, just to kind of break away every once in a while, you know. But things are getting better, man. Things are getting much better. Like I said, I apologize on my energy. So I'm kind of pushing a little far away from my teammates right now, and I'm dumb. Oh gosh. Waiting for one to make the mistake. We'll heal. I should have been paying more attention. Work my way in.
There's a new kill leader. Old one's dead. Praise tag. Take him down.
Move up to this. Look at my teammate, at least with me. Hop on Marcel, cracked him, so that's a good jump. If I white swing on the left, that's a possibility right now. Might do that, yeah. Shoot. Use this as cover. So you see how I was even... Okay, you know, screw it, we're gone. Alright, so at least I got one of them low. It was a good fight. Once I pop on Marcel, we get back into the engagement here. There we go, GG's. Not bad. Pretty good fight, even though I got into it a little bit early, but you know. Let's see here. That for him. Just look around, but not bad. That was better. Decision making was smarter than normal. Okay, I guess that guy didn't need that after all, so I'm just gonna go grab this again and just hop off. And then we're gonna start our first coaching session here in a minute. I'm doing this because I want to make sure my logic in game is like sound of mind and kind of makes sense. You know, it's always good to just kind of self-evaluate. I should have, when I was running up, paid more attention to my surroundings, but I held and waited for my teammates. So yeah, even if your teammates are far behind, as long as you hold and you don't make like a really, I call it bluntly, I guess, a dumb mistake. They're not really dumb mistakes, but I call them dumb because I play dumb sometimes, and that's okay. And you just essentially have to self-assess. Okay, so I held there and I got the damage, and once I got the crack, and then I decided to kind of push in, you know? We'll kind of figure out. She is home. She is home. We have help right now that, while I'm away from the computer, so I don't feel guilty right now, luckily, about being away. And then, I mean, this is a hobby plus work, and I just need a little bit of time. But I think as we keep going through the stream, I'll probably pep up a little bit more. I feel bad. I don't mean to sound like down or anything. I guess I've been doing so much the last week that my energy levels are just a little bit low, you know? Just a little bit. What time is it? Okay, we have 6 minutes before the first coaching session. Oh, the lobby's really quiet. It's two purples and a red. Should have taken a shot. Well, they know we're here, so I'm going to pull out the other gun. Okay. Work our way in. One's on height though, but one is also down below. Oh my god, I suck. Need to reposition. I can pop a cell. That's not good. Try to get the jump on him. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Man, that was kind of a bad push on my part. If I landed the 2 shots on the horizon, that would have been a game changer. Or even if I just committed on the Seer when I hit him for 70, that would have been much cleaner. My teammates did pretty good, I think. I mean, tough players, you know, like that guy had 20,000 kills, but I think it was a winnable fight. I just missed my 2 shots at the horizon going up, which was unfortunate. That would have been at least 150 damage, and I hit the Seer for 70. I could have engaged more in the seer, put pressure. That's the moment to put pressure. And I just kind of let up on it a little bit too much. That's okay. We'll get there. That's the whole point. That's kind of why I was just playing. I was like, is my logic sound? Am I making sense? I think so. You know, I don't think that was a bad push. I think if I was going to go for the damage there, the best counter to Horizon would be to take her tactical. So I needed to take her tactical up if I was going to like full send it, you know, or like when she dropped out of the air. The biggest weakness of a Horizon is once her tactical is done, she has no out. And so that's when you really isolate her. And if I paid more attention to my teammates, maybe if I saw that one of them focusing more on the left, maybe focus on the left. But that works. All right. So now let's bring somebody in. Who's our first? We got, I think White Cobra's first, right? Let's see if he's ready. I'm going to go and call him. First person. Yo, what's up, man?
Not much. Just in the game right now, actually, and got you already added, so.
Okay, perfect. In game, are you White Cobra?
Yeah. No, actually, I'm mouse_bros.
Mouse_bros, okay.
I should.
Oh, I see, yeah. I gotcha. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, man, let's get started. Let's do this. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun. Let's do some coaching. You're talking really quick. I just naturally talk really quick. That's what I do. My energy feels low, but no, I don't drink coffee. All right, man, you know the rules. So we're going to do first, we're going to grab a wingman and R99, and then we're going to 1v1 around the box. Switch back over to Wraith, and we should be good to go.
All right.
Have some fun, man. Just a reminder, don't curse. It's YouTube, so.
Yeah.
I'm not really like, you know, off stream, like, this doesn't phase me, but you know, it's YouTube. So like,
yeah.
You know.
I get you.
Yeah. Zula, it's great to see. How's your wife doing? She's doing so much better, man. Right now we have some help around the house right now during this time slot, so I can break away and do this for a little bit, which is nice. Kind of. Oh, I forgot to ready up. I'm sorry. My bad. Where are you located? Like.
Let's see, Oregon.
Okay, so all right, so the ping should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I got about like 20 ping, so it's pretty nice.
That's good. That's good. All right. Let's grab ourselves a winger.
Might be something good this way.
You know, I saw somebody comment before. It was like, why do you spin around? Why do you wall bounce so much? And I was like, well, it's just you kind of keep your fingers nimble, you know. Like, it's so distracting when you're coaching. I'm like, I'm sure it'll be fine, guys. Let me just fidget around, okay? Let me be me. I'm not a perfect human being. I can't put on the perfect show always. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Wingman, no attachments besides like the purple mag, but no like fast hop up, no laser sight, no stock. Put your favorite sight on that winger. Your favorite sight on the R99. And then we'll 1v1 around the box and we'll see how you do. Remember, the whole point is not necessarily, you don't have to worry about winning, you don't have to worry about losing. I'm really just kind of getting a feel for how you play and what you're doing, so then we can give some advice and start coaching. And then we'll, depending on how time works, either we'll spend more time in the test range or we will go in game and then work on that. So we'll see where we go from there. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots. I downed in it.
Okay. 4 more. We do this 5 times.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
Ah.
3 more. And by the way, I know I don't go light on this stuff, but the whole purpose is so you figure out pressure and figure out how you're playing and what you're doing. Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, dang.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Ooh. Ah.
Okay, 2 more.
Okay. All that practice with Anita is paying off.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. One more.
Enemy down.
You're good. You're good. Okay. I definitely got some advice and tips for you, so don't worry. It's all going to be positive. It's all positive. That's the whole point. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Okay. So let's talk about each one of these. The biggest thing I found is when I put pressure on you, it seems like you get most overwhelmed. It's like pretty much what I'm doing is like I'm poking, like you have the fundamentals. I can tell like you understand what to do, right? Like if like I tell you when to wide peek, like, oh, don't wide peek here, I got to be smart here. You have the grasping of everything that you need to do. Like I notice whenever you peek up, you're fine. If you make sure that you're trying to reposition, you're good. But you got to string the thought process a lot faster together. Because I'm pretty sure if my assessment is right? Like you've probably watched a lot of the content. You probably had like some advice, and a lot of people kind of told you a lot. Because I can tell like you know what it is, but it's like how do you string it together so then it becomes a lot clearer, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell with your sense. Either you're on controller or you're running a really low sense, or like
Controller, and I put into some custom settings for that.
Okay, because the biggest thing that I noticed, let's do some 1v1s up here now that I know. I couldn't tell whether or not you were, there's 2 things. It's like either they're on low sensitivity or you're using controller, and I guess controller is the one. Is that oddly, whenever I get up close and personal, I feel like your sensitivity, probably your controller is probably a little lower. Am I not mistaken on that?
Currently, I have it set up for, let's see, you look at that again. Advanced looks, let's see. My yaw speed is at like 250 and my pitch speed is at like 170 currently, but my optics settings are slightly different.
Okay, is it your optics? Is it to ADS to be faster or slower? I assume faster.
Slightly faster.
Okay.
1.2 for 1 times. So.
Okay, I'm not gonna have you change your sensitivity, and the reason why is because we're gonna be able to identify whether or not you need to lower or raise it based on your decision making. The problem is that you're having a hard time keeping me in like your line of sight. So whenever I let's say I jump around you and so the biggest tip I can give to most controller players is to wait until I go to the complete arc. I don't try to hit people when they're at the peak of their tap strafe. Hit them when they're at not the apex, but afterwards. So let's say a tap strafe like this. The last part of the tap strafe here is a lot more hittable, right? Don't try to hit them when they're mid movement. Try to hit them where they're going to go. Think of this like Gallica, you know, like you're trying to predict where I'm going to go, and it seems like a lot of your predictions, like you didn't know exactly where I was going to go. And I did that several times around the box where I was kind of juking you. So let's reset. I'm going to show you an example. So start here, and we're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and I'm pretty much just going to read like based on audio on your movement. So ready? 3. I'm going to be strictly defensive, and you're just going to try to catch me out. And that's the whole point. Like you need to try to catch me out and predict where I'm going to go so then you can get me. Otherwise, you're just like constantly chasing in a controller. It's a real pain in the butt to do. It's not easy. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See, I'm keeping my hitbox really, really small, making it a real pain for you to hit me. Let's say I was reloading, and I was like, you're trying to hit me, and I reloaded, and I'm sliding across, moving around. Like, you had to anticipate where I'm going to go, and then be able to hit me based on my hitbox. Meaning you might give up a little bit more of your space and hitbox to hit me, as long as you know that's where I'm at, and that you have a full mag ready for you. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really hard, because you're trying to hit me, but it's always at the worst possible moment, meaning like, okay, my hitbox is really small, or you've already shot a little bit. So if you're going to commit, especially if you're a controller, really, really commit to it, and then back up and reposition. You're backing up and reposition. I saw you do it here, but the problem is don't back up and reposition if you know that I'm like pretty much right on your butt. So let's say like the reason why I was able to hit you here when you backed up over there is because you didn't anticipate that I was going to be there that quickly. So always kind of set yourself up for success. And you notice that I did that too. Like when I dropped down, sometimes I wide swung you just to kind of see how you reacted. But sometimes, like when I was here, I shot, I went right back into cover, or I took height and then made my hitbox small. So just try to like double time it essentially, and just kind of speed it up. And your accuracy is going to drop a little bit, okay? And that's perfectly fine. So just try to like think 2 steps ahead. So we're gonna do it again. Try to think 2 steps ahead, and your goal, instead of trying keeping your hitbox small, try to like catch me out this time around, okay? So let's do that. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Just for this exercise, just try to get me. Like that's your goal. Like shoot me. Even though I'm gonna be a pain to hit. And like just commit to it. There you go. Just commit to it to do some damage. And I might move around, then commit. Okay, I made it a little bit easier there for you. So now I'm gonna make it a little harder. But you see what I mean by committing?
Yeah.
There you go. There's a commitment. Now, what do you do after you've committed?
Let's see. Sometimes I try and watch for where my angles are, where if I have cover or not when I'm committing, and if I overcommit, I've noticed that I've like full send sometimes, and it gets me killed.
Okay, so there's a reason why. So let me show you like the positioning, what it looks like. So let's say, because I know you're in controller and you're gonna rely, like you need this distance right here. I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna shoot next to you. Let's say you shot, you did some damage. This is whenever you back up a little bit to reassess, right? You overcommit, but then you make your hitbox small. Because on controller, you're gonna need to overcommit here, because if you make the hitbox too small, specifically on controller, this is why you see a lot of pro players kind of, it looks like they're overcommitting, but they know when to back up from it, right? So you need to back up from it right afterwards, and then after you get the reload, then you can commit to it. The problem is that I see a lot of controller players do this, is you'll shoot, then you'll reload, but you're mid reload, you're completely exposed. You have no resources available to you to really do very much. So you want to reload when you're behind cover, or you're safe, right? So let's say I shot you at this angle right here. So you peek out right there, you take some shots, and then you hide right behind the box again, right? So that's a lot of angle peeking and making sure you're optimal, that you have as much ammo as possible. What you could do, if you're confident with it, which on controller is a little more difficult to do, is like, let's say you use the R9, switch to the wingman, and then start shooting and going for your shots, right? Yeah. So I want to see you do that and put that pressure. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pepper a little bit of shots to you so you feel the pressure back, okay? So going to start again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Really find the damage. And then back up and there you go. You see how like much better. Look at that. I think the biggest thing is that you're playing a little too timid. You're so afraid to make a mistake, and you are aware of your hitbox. We know how important hitbox is, but if you're a controller, you're gonna have to extend just a little bit to maximize on the pressure. So I want to do now, I want to move around a little bit more like I was before, and I want you to try to find that angle and then back up to that positioning, that safe spot again, right? So let's go do that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
Better. So now we're gonna do the 1v1 again, and I granted you have height. So what I do is I want to see how you do just on pressure. So what we're gonna do this time, I did this last time against some controller players. I want to see how you do with it. Climb up top, do not drop down. Use your R99 and just try to continuously spray me down. Okay, I want to see how you do. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's good spray. No, it's good. It's good. I anticipate the thing like it's just blunt about controller is that you have to understand that you should out aim most people within this safe distance, like this ideal distance, just because of what aim assist does. That doesn't mean like, hey, it's better or worse. There are disadvantages and advantages. So let's get that conversation out of the way, because I know how to, like, if I notice somebody's on controller, I'm going to start applying the situation differently. So let's climb up. Let's do this again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I'm out beaming you here, and I shouldn't, and that's okay. What we need to do is don't fight the recoil. A lot of controller players make this mistake. You're trying to correct for the recoil. Try to keep your crosshair more steady towards the center and let the controller and the recoil do the work for you, okay? Like, you want to minimize the movement. Even if you're on mouse and keyboard, like, you don't want to keep trying to chase it. What you're trying to do is just trying to minimize your movement. So this time when you climb up, try to minimize that moment, all right? 3, 2, 1, go. Better. That's actually much better. Much better. You see what I mean? Don't try to like, don't fight the recoil too much. Like, you know the recoil of the R99. You're gonna tug down and then a little bit to the left. Just tug a little bit to the left, and then just keep where you believe I'm gonna be center. Don't chase me. This is like your reoccurring thing. Don't try to chase me. Try to get ahead of me or know what my pattern or what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm always going to do the same thing climbing up. I'm going to strafe left and right just like any mouse and keyboard player would do, you know? So climb up again. 3, 2, 1, go. A little bit of a rough spray. It's okay. But you see what I'm talking about? Let's close the distance a little bit more right here. Let's do it again.
Let's move here.
We're gonna climb up here, and then you're gonna shoot again.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Now, because of the way a recoil, what I'm gonna have you do is keep shooting me, just so you can feel it out. And once you feel it out and you remember it, this is usually what happens within coaching. You kind of say, "Oh, okay, this is what I need to do." So just keep shooting at me. I'm gonna keep strafing back and forth. So I'm gonna climb up and just shoot. And your answer on your recoil, on your sensitivity, may become clear because you're trying to fight the recoil a little bit too much, depending on your sense.
Sometimes, but currently I think I've got it set where I like it, or at least where it doesn't feel too crazy.
Because you're pulling down too much. And I can see based on the bullets, you're pulling down too much. So pull down less. If I see your shots going right here, which was what they're doing, it means you're pulling down too much. So pull down less. Go again.
Okay.
It's okay. You just find the middle ground. Now the middle. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Better. Better. Better.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard because it's a refined movement with your thumb, right? But now you kind of have the answer for yourself of like, what do I need to do when I pull down? Try to let the recoil kick up so it hits me in the head, but not too much where it starts hitting that, right?
Yeah.
You don't want it to do that.
It's a fine line for sure.
But now you have more of your answer of what you need to practice on and what you need to do, right? Is that a little bit more clear?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any questions so far about anything?
So far, no. But yeah, I've been making sure I pay attention to my surroundings when I do get into fights, just because I did play a lot of COD before this, and honestly, it feels like you're just running into people and just dying immediately when you do COD anyway. Yeah,
this fight lasts a little longer, so then that recoil control does matter more, and how long you peek does matter more, and how you retake the angle does matter more. So essentially, if I were to like tell you how you need to move, and this is harder to do in controller, but essentially you need to double time it. So if we were to follow each other around, you say, okay, I'm gonna peek here, I'm gonna take another angle, I'm gonna climb up now, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna wide peek, I did damage, I'm gonna wide swing now. You know, those have to be essentially a thought process, and you have to expedite it. You have to move much faster. Every time you hesitate, now keep in mind, most players aren't going to move around like absolute psychopaths like I'm doing, but if you can move, if you can catch me, you can catch anybody. Like I guarantee it. Like I highly doubt you'll be overwhelmed by anybody else. Like I assume your highest rank is probably around plat?
Actually, I just started playing ranked, like, fully like last season, but last season I got into at least silver 2. This season has been like gold. Okay.
You can get easily to plat. I'm confident you can do it because it's mostly based on your positioning and just making sure that you kind of expedite your decision making here. It's like your aim isn't necessarily bad at all, like based on what you're doing controller. I just think that if you need to minimize the amount of movement that you're doing, so then you don't have your recoil just pulled too far down. That's one. Kind of just so think slower with the sticks, and then but speed up your thought process in terms of like your decision making when you climb and whenever you don't. Okay, so let's do this again. Oh, he's definitely you know about a head glitch, right? Because I see you like peeking over the thing like this, right? You know what a head glitch is?
Yeah, I just occasionally think about where my head is. I'm like, if they kind of see me like just barely, I can just poke at them. Yeah, I've occasionally gotten head glitches over here, so. Yeah,
but what I'm trying to do for him, chat, is I want him to overextend just a little bit so he can put his pressure based on where his strengths lie. And so that's why I'm purposely having him do that, because he's not taking a lot of the shots when the head glitch is applied too much, but where he gets the damage, then backs up towards the head glitch. I think that'll help him a lot more, because what you're going to notice is that you'll notice, okay, was that decision whenever I peek good or bad, and how you were setting up for the fight. And then you'll be able to make an adjustment from there, okay? So just be very, very self-aware about that, okay? So we're gonna do this again, but I'm gonna try to call out whenever I feel like you're hesitating, and I want you to actually this time around, just for exercise purposes, if I notice you're hesitating, just full send it and make a mistake. Just like really like just be right on top of me to the point where you're like almost like within like centimeters. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Getting shot at.
And unfortunately, I would pretty much overcommit on that. So that's just going to come with getting comfortable with your sprays, like close range. Once you get the peak, once you read where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
I feel like your loadout that you don't normally use the R99, right? Is the R99 not your go-to? Okay.
No.
There's a reason why I have the R99 in general is because even on controller or anybody, they always have trouble with the recoil control. But if you can control the R99, you can pretty much control just about any gun, I promise. So spend your time using this more, and every other weapon is going to get a lot easier, okay?
Okay. Yeah, one of them I like to play with recoil with is actually the Havoc, which is wild because it has such a high kick.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? What is your best gun? What is the gun you feel most?
Let's see, Flatline, and let's see. Actually, it's either the Flatline or R99 because I know I can beam with that sometimes, and then let's see. I don't know what my other gun would be.
Practice more with the R99 rather than with the Havoc, just because that's more like. Your issue isn't horizontal because the Havoc hits a little bit more horizontal. So if I were to shoot it, like it does kick up.
Yeah.
But it does kick like left and right, you know? The R99, what I want you to get used to with your thumb specifically is just that initial kick and that speed and then keeping it real smooth. The Havoc, I think it's not impossible to control. I think it's pretty realistic, but I feel like that jolt and that like that startle or that thought process is going to throw you off a bit more, which is why I want you to use that more. So let's do some 1v1s. I want to see you with your best gun. I don't normally do this with everyone, but I want to see what you do when you're in your comfort zone.
Yeah, one of my best would be probably the car because of how it feels.
Okay. So we're gonna grab both the car and the flatline, and you choose whichever one you want in that 1v1. You can choose whichever sight you want. Just pull up a mag, and then we'll go 1v1. We're both gobbling up all the ammo.
Yes. I'm like, I'll just wait.
And then I just want your thought process and what you do. We gotta just speed it up. That's all. Like I just feel like your head's in the right area, and as we speed it up, what you're gonna notice. So I would work on mechanically some of the stuff, like I was mentioning, with just making sure the movement is a lot more fluid and a lot slower, and then adjust your sensitivity to what feels really, really comfortable. It's really hard to controller to find that sweet spot, but now that you kind of felt out what it feels like here, what it feels like there, now you kind of have a better, like a general idea of what to kind of improve upon. Because again, I really think that your peaks are a lot better. Some of them are just a little slow, which is not bad, but your head and your thought process in the right spot.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, pause right there. If you're gonna commit, really commit. You're bouncing up and down on this, and that's another thing. Like, try to be a little bit more definitive. When you're a bit more definitive, you'll at least be able to identify whether or not you're making a mistake or not. So climbing up and down and bouncing up and down like this isn't good, or hesitating on these pushes. I honestly just encourage you just to full send it and either lose or die, because then you'll know whether or not it was a good decision or not. The reason why I think you're having a hard time assessing whether it's a good decision is because you're kind of like half in, half out. Like if you're doing this half in, half out approach, how am I supposed to know whether or not it was a good push or not? Or if like you're not really committed onto it. Know what you're doing and just full send it if that's your decision, okay?
Yeah.
And win or lose, you'll be able to say, okay, I can't win that or not, you know? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So I was using the flat line there. Were you using the car?
Yeah, I had a feeling it was. I'm like, he has more bullets.
Yeah. All right, I'll use the car. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Very nice. There you go. Look at that. That was a great spray, dude. That was amazing. I love that. That's great. So yeah, the car is definitely. It kicks up. It's the opposite in terms of like kick compared to the R99. So think like flip-flop your mindset in terms of the car and the R99. Because you pull down differently with the car and the R99. Just put them on opposite spectrums. One pulls left initially, and the other one pulls to the right initially. That'll help you out in terms of like getting used to the R99 if you want to. So go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See? Oh, that was a flat one that time. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just glad that you're committing. Now that you're committing more into the fight, I'm gonna work the box a bit more and let's see what you do. And I'll have you pause if I see you hesitate. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, pause. So you were still shooting down that line, right?
Yeah.
I question why you're still doing that because one, I wasn't gonna peek there anymore, and I already made a decision to flank you.
Yeah.
So if you hear audio, which you know the game Apex audio is a bit of a meme,
yeah.
but if you know that
I heard you moving, that's when I started moving back towards the side of the box. I'm like, okay.
But I already caught you out pretty much at that point,
Yeah,
and you were
you
still
did.
shooting down the line. You know, be very, very diligent with the damage that you're trying to do and what you're trying to do. So I'm gonna keep pausing you. I don't do this with everyone. I didn't do this last time, but I feel like if I highlight the moments that you're kind of like hesitating, then I want you to full commit so then you notice that you're making a mistake. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That was good. You committed to it.
I almost got you there.
Yeah, and you had the flatline out. That works. I'm proud of you for that. So let's go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Much better. There you go, man. It's much better. You see where like I didn't see you hesitate whenever you backed away from that encounter again, you know? I mean, realistically, everybody who's watching, is that what you have to really pay attention to is Daz doesn't look at chats. Of course I do. Right now we're just doing coaching, that's why. So it's a little harder. I want to make sure like people who are getting coached, like we're really paying attention to them. Havoc is a flatline on steroids. Daz, are you the same club as Soar Big E? Yeah. I mean, because I'm the general manager of Soar. Okay. So the biggest thing that I'm noticing, like this is advice, and everybody who's watching and everybody in chat, is that the biggest thing that you need to pay attention to is you really don't need like intense coaching. You just need somebody to kind of veer you and guide you into the right direction. Now that I say that your decision making, you just kind of just speed it up a little bit. You don't want to. This isn't like in terms of like think of it like Valorant and CS:GO, but the idea is okay. I need to peek a different angle. I need to go from a different angle. It's like if you were to drill this, you know. If you were to drill, let's say like peek left, climb up. Peek right or left, you know, like okay, so let's drill that. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go from your angle in terms of speed. So if I were to say you're gonna peek right here, and I'm gonna have you do it real quick for me. I'll give you an example. Let me show the example. So come over here and watch the movement in terms of decision making. Like okay, peek right, they're not there. Peek left, take height, drop, back up, take shots, reload, peek right, take height. Take shots, drop, peek left, go back, take shots, reload, slide in, take shots, back up, head glitch. You know, like if you were to like drill it essentially, you know what I mean? It's like those are your angles in terms of drilling, but if you're thinking that fast in terms of like what you're doing, it'll help. So let's say let me see you going and peek and like what you're doing. You know, so it's like okay, peek left, take shots. It's okay. Oh, I didn't mean to press my cue.
You're good.
Okay, so this is a drill we're gonna do, and I think it'll help you a lot. So what we're gonna do, I've never really done this with anybody. I think it really help with you. So if you have like peek left, shoot, peek right, shoot, reload, climb, shoot, and then reload. So we're gonna keep like this reload animation. And that wasn't perfect, but just kind of follow the commands as I do it. So peek left, shoot, go back, peek right, shoot. Reload, hold, climb up, shoot, drop. There you go. You see what I mean? Like that's the speed in terms of what you need to do. Like in terms of you trying to like get your damage output, right? Now what will happen is that once you get a good spray or catch somebody out, you hold that angle, right? But if you see them peeking, what you're trying to do is you're trying to peek. Think of it like you ever seen that movie Signs?
I have not.
Okay, so one thing they do at the end of the movie, Signs, the aliens, what they do is it's like they're trying to find openings. The aliens are so intelligent and so smart. They like peek here, they hit there, they hit there, they hit there, they hit there. They're like trying to find a weak spot in the structure, right? Your role right now is trying to find a weak spot against your opponent, right? And once you find the weak spot, then you can say I'm committing to it, right? So let's do this again, and you're gonna find my weak spot again. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm gonna pause to see. I'm gonna show you what I did there. Okay.
Okay.
I know you understand how to like slice a pie, and like cut angles. You know what slicing the pie is, right?
Yeah, just make sure you have like an appropriate angle for what you're trying to peek, and then.
Okay. Yep. Perfect. So what we're gonna do, does Daz answer questions during his chat? It's a little harder when I'm coaching, when I'm live and just kind of vibing. Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's why I was chatting with everybody. Yo, what's up, Bottle Cap? Peek left, emote, quip. that's crazy. So okay, so what I did here is that at some point somebody's gonna have to peek, right?
Yeah.
And I did my initial damage. Like go ahead and peek again, and I'll show you how fast it is. And I backed up, right? So if I held the angle a little too sharp, so go ahead and peek again. And I backed up. Now I have the armor advantage, right?
Yeah.
I found the weak spot. And even if you hold that angle a little more or whatever, at least I got the damage discrepancy. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for at least the initial peak. So if I crawl up here, ready? If I show you, let's say 3, 2, 1, go. And I back up. Even if I reassess, if I need to, if I do it quickly and I'm reloading, even if you were to wide swing me here, I would have the advantage. Essentially, that's what you're trying to do in every encounter, is trying to get that one up. That's why I love playing Vantage. I'll give an example. If I shoot somebody and hit him for 50, I move up on him right away and I start playing like the angle. When I'm playing Watson, I'll put the gen down and I'll get the damage discrepancy by forcing it. And a lot of people are watching. I do this a whole lot. What you'll do here is like you'll put the gen and then you peek, right? So as long as you get used to that presser. So what I want you to do is I'm going to peek out and I want you to get used to those fast peeks. Ready? And I'm not gonna shoot back, okay? I'm gonna peek, and you're gonna have that angle held, and you're gonna know I'm gonna peek out, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Getting shot at.
Yeah.
And you can hold it down because you know I'm gonna wide peek at some point. You can already be peeking it. So like think of it like CS:GO or Valorant. Like I'm already holding the angle, and I know at some point you're gonna peek here, right? Like if you keep going, like keep wide swinging the angle until you see me.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going. There you go. See? Now you see me right there. Now, that's what you can anticipate whenever somebody's peeking is you wait for that moment. That's a tip that even on controller that's just so helpful. So what I'm going to do is you're going to hold that and you're going to wait for me to peek and you're going to try to do as much damage as possible. Then you're going to take a different angle. Okay? That can mean peeking the other side or taking height. And I want you to do it like really, really fast without hesitating. So I'm going to peek him like, okay, where is he? So go ahead and have the angle already held. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, you got to work on that. Whether ping or not, like kind of, you can hear it a little bit with audio, but kind of anticipate it. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And then immediately after you do a little bit of damage, you don't need to commit to it 100%, right? Do enough to where even if you see 50 or 60, right? And then reposition and back up because I'm going to like, essentially I'll be spraying back, right? So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And then you would reposition. So climb immediately. Don't hesitate. Climb immediately and get height and take a different angle. So as soon as you get the shots, I'll give you an example of what it looks like. So let's say I'm already holding this angle and you peek me. So back up. 3, 2, 1, go. See how there's no hesitation there? You see how fast that was?
Yeah.
That's how fast I want you to think. Because you know how to do this, but I want you to like piece that together. And understand that speed. And if you can't get the speed, then kind of drill it out here, you know, essentially. So ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. And don't commit too much to it. You don't need to commit too much to the damage. Exactly what I did. And then just climb up.
Yeah.
At least go for the crack or go for a little damage. Don't get greedy. That's another thing. Don't get greedy with the damage because if you do, then you're just pretty much just trading damage at that point. You want enough because you got the like think of it like you're quick drawing. You got the quick draw on them. Hold that quick draw and then make sure you have that, right? So let's go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And then I would pretty much be doing the same thing. You see how like I'm mirroring like that speed, but that's faster. Yeah. Like your speed, that's much better. That's really, really solid.
Yeah.
That's
sometimes I'd like to like fully commit when I'm doing those like quick bursts of damage where I'm like I want to see if I can get a crack on them.
Yeah, but then if you're holding, remember that they have as equal. So remember that's the whole point. I wanted you to first commit, and now that we're committing, now we're gonna find that little like middle ground and like what it means to like either overcommit or not, right? That's literally the goal. So hopefully that now you see that. Now let's put this in a different scenario. Let's go trade the flatline for a 30-30. I'm going to give you the same advice whenever you're peeking and trying to do damage. I'm going to show you, and it's going to help a lot. That's more or less for your 1v1s. So now I want you to think the same way whenever you're working your way in from various angles, right? Because, I mean, it's a battle royale, and somebody in chat was like, in actual maps, you're fighting from different random position. This means nothing. That's the whole point. That's literally the whole point when you're working around a box. So, like, if you know that you're fighting from different angles, you do not hold the same angle. Like everybody in chat, you don't hold the same angle. So we're working on his confidence at 1v1s, and now we're going to focus on those angles. Because essentially, let's say this is you're finding a random spot and then you shoot him. You don't continue to hold that angle whatsoever. That's not good. That's not good whatsoever. So when we talk about random angles and working your way into a fight, this is going to be the hardest thing that you'll ever have to do as a controller player. Okay, as you work your way in. Because it's always going to be random. Let's say like I start you here. We did this exercise last time. And I don't know, have you ever seen this exercise before?
Yeah, you have someone start from there, and you are basically over there seeing if you get them to get to you without...
In terms of the random peaks and finding random angles to take angles at and work your way into a fight, right?
Yeah.
What was the right answer? Do you remember what the right answer was? From what's the best angle?
Either height, because you can look down to them and you can actually get some better angles to shoot down at them instead of
so up here.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do, remember how the speed of the box of your 1v1s, I want you to apply that same speed as you're working your way in through various geometry, okay? That speed is so important because it doesn't change how fast you need to think. If I see you hesitating around the 1v1 box here, I assume that you're going to hesitate doing damage here. You don't get greedy. You do enough to put pressure. This is like chess. It's like a mind game, okay? It's enough pressure to where you're able to get them to default, to heal, to think about their positioning, or to start getting... start to lose their confidence. It's a mind game. You don't overcommit, because if you overcommit, then they say, okay, well, he's just going to be there again. No, you want to juke them. You want them to like be confused on where you're going to peek from, right? So if you start from over here, I'll give you the example what it looks like whenever you're working your way in, okay? And how fast it is. And then we'll go in game, and then I want to see how you apply that just in Apex, but that same thought process. As long as you understand the thought process, you're going to be much better. I know you know head glitches, so 3, 2, 1, go. So I hit you in the head, I work my way in.
Yeah.
I'm already looking for another angle. I can't commit here too long, but even if you're trying to put pressure back and shoot at me, right?
Yeah.
Got another crack and I move my way in. You see how fast it is? You see how the thought process is there? Okay, now I want you to do that. I want you to replicate that feeling. Because now, like, you're trying to look for me, right?
Yeah.
This is a power position right here, but it can be easily turned into a weak spot because you're always going to peek from the same spot. Yes, head glitch-wise, this is like the best optimal spot you can be in. But there's only so many different spots that I'm going to peek from here, right? And that's the pressure you want to push. You want to find all that random geometry and stuff that might seem like it's an impossible situation, and then work your way into the fight and then continue to improve and get better. Ready?
Just about.
Okay, so do it again. I know this is going to be hard for controller, okay? So actually what I recommend, I was using a 1x. What sight do you really love to use in terms of, like, let's say doing poke damage and sniping?
Let's see. Either the three times for the 30-30 or 2 to 4 times with it.
Okay, grab either one of those.
The variety.
Either one of those, and then I'm going to have you work your way in. And again, enough damage to where you scare them. I don't think I've ever really said this before, but I seem like the only reason I'm harping so hard on it with you is because I see you not being able to tell whether it's enough or too little. I think that's a great lesson in itself, and everyone has something different to work on. It's like I know from just experience, okay, when the pressure is enough, right? And whenever it's too long of you being out in the open and shooting. So okay, so start, but keep your hitbox small, right? And look for the angle to peek me and then do damage. So go ahead and take your shot whenever you got it, and then work your way in.
Getting shot at.
Okay, you work your way in. You did damage, and usually what somebody would heal, and they would peek again. Careful overextending too far in it, but that was good. That was good.
Realized I had no cover when I was sliding over there.
Yes,
so.
yes. And so keep it like small and then like try to like outthink the fight. So reset again, and this time I'm gonna put pressure back. because it's going to stop you when you start getting nervous about the pressure coming back in. I'm using a 1x. I'm at an advantage. Understand that because I'm on MK. This is your weak spot, and it's okay that it's your weak spot. But as long as you understand it, you can find those angles, right? We know this is the best option. I'm just putting you more to disadvantage so you get the feel for it. And when you do that, ranked and all that stuff just gets much easier. Okay, ready?
Okay.
3, 2. Oh, also Joshy, thank you so much, man. I appreciate all of you guys. If you enjoy any of this, don't forget to leave a like, and we'll keep going. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's good. You knew when to get out of that and when to reposition. You can kind of feel it out. There you go. That was good. Very nice. That was a good spot. Keep going. Now remember always to try to work your way in, but I like the fact that you're thinking this through like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go in game now. I want you to, now that we've kind of worked this out, no matter the geometry that you have, you need to drill it. You need to be fast, and you'll know whether or not you're like, okay, I have the jump on them, or I got the pressure, right? If you're missing shots, you know that you've kind of lost that little duel. Think of it like, think of all of this like little mini duels. Let's say we're gonna mini duel here, mini duel here, mini duel here, mini duel here, mini duel here. Like just think of like everything as a mini duel, and you want to win every single one of those duels, right? So like as much as we had like a troll in chat, kind of just trolling like this is pointless. It's not, because you're trying to isolate and understand your 1v1s. That's how you win your 1v3s, is you isolate your opponents. If you peek this and there's 2 people there, you know that's not good to peek. You reposition and you find a different angle to isolate them. So, or you slice the pie enough to where only one of them is peeking you. If you can isolate them one at a time, then you're going to get the jump on them, right? That is your goal. That is how you improve, and that's how you make better decisions. Be bold with the decisions. Let's say like you peek this and there's 2 people there. You're like, oh, that was bad. Then you know, okay, well, I should have been more aware, knowing that, okay, there was a team over there that they're probably going to double peek that. But then you know to like slice the pie at this angle. So come here at this angle so you see it. Let's say like there's 2 opponents up here, right? I want to quiz you. What would be the right answer of how you would peek them and isolate them?
Let's see. I'd probably move to the right side to see if I can get a better angle on just one of them, and then either duck or
perfect.
So I can just
That's perfect. Because I mean, let's say you were just forced in this position, and this is like the only option that you have. But yeah, that's how you do it. You would isolate them there, and then you get the headshot, and you say, okay, well, I need to work my way in, and then you can slide jump and then isolate again, because maybe only one's here, and this other guy has to wide swing out further. And usually when they do that, their hitboxes are larger, right? And there's little angles and the geometry of what you can see. So let's say like right here, this little rock, the angle of the crevice on whenever you peek it is in your favor and advantage in making your hitbox small. So I want you to see what that looks like. I'm gonna go all the way up there, just so you see it. Because I can try to keep my hitbox small, but realistically only your head. So go back to that little crevice right there and wide peek it. There you go. See, like I can see you just barely right there if I have a 1x, right? I would need like a sniper or something. But you see how my hitbox is much larger? I would have to back up all the way this way, pretty far back, just to make my hitbox equal. Let's say there's 2 people back here. There's only so much that 2 people up here can peek. One of them is always going to be like this, peeking here, and one will always be something like right around this angle over here, right? Or even if they are closer like this, you're at an advantage because the hitbox is much larger, right?
Yeah.
So think of it that way, and always think of your geometry and your positioning. So we got about 20 minutes. Any questions that you have?
So far, no. I think this is some good info so far, yeah.
All right, awesome, man. Let's go in game. Let me see how you loot. Let me see how we get into those spots. Remember, well, it seems like every spot might be a disadvantage. You can turn it into an advantage if you need to. So let's go hop in game. Let's do it. All right, we'll duo queue. Guess I'll play some Vantage. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here, for hanging out, for the kind words. Appreciate you guys being so patient. I know whenever it's coaching, it's a little harder to kind of engage with chat at the same time. You know, but you know, it happens. If your aim feels mushy, slow end game, your DPI is too low. Maybe balance it out. You just find a balance. That's why I was telling him to find those balance and where you kind of position everything. Bottle Cap, appreciate you for your kind words and for hanging out. Remember to be respectful in chat, guys. It's also big. Vantage be thick. That is facts. Sophia, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Gamer, I appreciate you as well, buddy.
It should be Fall Master. Falling's most of it. Land here. Unless you don't want
It's getting there, man. It's getting there. Everything is getting better. So one thing I did earlier that was bad is just like make sure you remember how I was saying that just overall commit. If you hesitate on even on a drop or committing towards an area, usually you're going to be late to the loot. So you know you want to get to the loot as much as possible. Be there first, even if there's a lot of teams. If you're going to commit, actually commit. I'm surprised more people didn't land here. I guess they went over to the mill. And just know where loot is at. So if I see you looting, and remember that hesitation that I saw in your 1v1s. If I see you hesitating and not knowing where loot is, understand you have to speed that up. And if you don't know where the loot is, then you pretty much practice and say, okay, I need to know where loot ends up being, right?
I've been trying to make sure I memorize some of the spots at least, just enough.
All right, we can do two things. So what's your loadout right now? How fast? Because you got all these bins.
Let's see. Currently, alternator, charge rifle.
Okay. I'm going to drop you 6 times so we can go fight. At that point, you're pretty much good to go to fight.
Yeah.
And you need to be that efficient, that fast. There you go. Let me go fight.
Yeah, gunfights at mills, it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it's everyone tends to, either they drop here, mill, like this side of the map, and if it's on the other side of the map, they'll drop barometer, antenna, you know.
That's natural selection.
Yeah.
Okay, just like the 1v1s, remember to... There's one guy knocked right there. I'm just going to grief him, just for the heck of it. Don't grief me, he's not even part of the fight. I'm like, yep, you were right.
30 seconds left and the ring's close.
So far, no heartbeats nearby yet.
One right here.
Scoping here.
Okay.
Remember where you're at. You see how you're out in the open?
Yeah.
Isolate 1v1. See how where I'm at already peeking
Left
this
side.
angle? Yep. We can move up now. Shoot. That guy had a nasty head glitch. I'm backing up. I'm going to pop a bat.
Recharging shields.
Might take height.
Closing in 10
I'll take height and reposition.
Yep, he's taking height.
Okay.
Opening fire on our prey.
It's only one. We can push up on this.
Yeah.
Moving to echo for a better angle.
I forgot to change my recall. Well, there we go.
Outside
Where
the
is he?
ring is where the stupid die.
I think they backed up. Remember to heal while you're moving
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, they are into another fight. They must have died then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can keep moving in then.
Respawn behind us, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take height here.
Okay. Still nothing.
The champion has been eliminated.
Oh, got some hits.
We're here.
Straight in front.
Yep, yep.
Long shot away.
Hit 177.
Shattered the prey's shield.
Behind the, yep.
Opening fire on our prey.
Getting a scan.
Yep. 2 of them. 1 blue. Flush.
One purple. Okay.
We can move up on this. Go, 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 go. We have the advantage on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Different squad, okay.
You're good. You're good. Just holding for you.
Yeah. They're behind those bins, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Remember where you're peeking from like that.
Yeah.
If your intention is to do
Yields.
pressure, put pressure here. Here's a Phoenix.
Phoenix hit here.
But do your peaks quick, because otherwise if you don't do them quick, then they're going to catch you out. So with a charge rifle, you really can put a lot of pressure and peek and then just like get right back behind cover again. I'll loot this real quick. Move up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh crap.
Recharging
Try to work our way in, just wasn't able to get it.
Yeah. One's on the top, one's on the right side.
Okay. If we get a crack, then we can move in.
Okay. Oh, behind us.
Okay. Reposition, go left.
This way.
Just find an angle.
Go.
Cover for you in a second.
Maybe a new angle.
Watching for you.
Q.
All right, we'll just
I
back
did
out and
not.
reposition.
Okay.
I don't have any cells. I have one for you here.
Oop.
Shoot.
Gather. 16.
Oh, I threw.
Ooh,
No, you're good. You're good. That's my bad.
you're good. Let's see. Behind
All right, we
us.
go again.
Oh.
But not bad. Not bad. It's good. And I'm kind of paying attention and watching what you're doing. But you see where the damage will come in as you like peek it, and you know the damage you need to do. And I know the lobbies are sweaty. We're gonna run into a lot of masters at this MMR,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Just try to speed up the pokes and know when you're doing damage, just like we did in the range. Okay, so if you look back in the VOD and you saw the damage that I did, and you kind of move into the fight. If the fight takes too long, then we just pretty much need to rotate. But if you have a charge rifle and you have a 6x magnification, I know you're a controller. That peak damage that you have, you should be able to apply so much pressure on them. We'll go in the test range in just a minute. And I'll show you again.
Okay.
The tips are paying off. I mean, you know, it's a work in progress. I'm glad you guys are noticing. That's good. But we go again. You're doing great, man.
Oh, thanks.
Just make sure to keep applying that logic, and you'll kind of start to feel the pressure with your teammates, and it'll continue to improve.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to grind it out lately in ranked, and I've been getting occasionally like those in silver at least, getting those 200 RP games, so that's helpful.
I'm glad.
It's amazing to get yourself pumped up, especially polka.
No, you're good, Ro. I know you're just trying to troll, man, and like the whole point, like these are just free coaching sessions, that ways that we just try to help the community. And not everything is perfect, but the thing is, as long as people understand the concept and improve, then people are going to get better, you know?
Introducing your champion. Have you prepared for your end?
Otherwise, if you can't be respectful in chat, then you'll just end up getting muted, and that's just unfortunate. But it's baby steps, you know? It's like you take a few steps forward and a few steps back, and that's the whole point. And it's not about always winning. Like, I'd rather somebody lose, but be able to make good decisions rather than being afraid to take a fight, right? That's the biggest thing. We can do other things in coaching today? No, we're just kind of getting back into the swing of things. After, you know, the whole situation that occurred
Scavenge some materials.
with my wife, it's been a little hard on the family, but I'm gonna drop this, my bad.
Oh, no guns so far, so this is fun.
Here, I'm coming over, I got a gun.
Oop, got one. Yep, there we go. I thought so.
Okay, I'm coming up to you. Hold on 2 seconds.
You're good.
Doing up.
Getting a fresh angle.
They're in center.
Yeah, yep. Heal
Left
up,
side.
top off. Remember, top off.
Ah. Yeah, that's fine.
Took down some prey. Recharging shields.
I'm gonna res you 2 seconds. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, they finished. Okay.
45 seconds until the ring closes. If it's opening fire, crack the target's shield.
I'm gonna res.
Grenade. Nope.
She's gonna have to counter res, but she's got a nade on her way.
Rings close. 30
Is there no
seconds.
membership gift option for the channel yet? There should be there. There's the guy right over here.
Close to me.
Okay.
All right, let's hit the resin.
Taking a frag
See if I can
grenade.
get some heals off.
Yeah, they got the res off. It's unfortunate.
Recharging my shield.
You're good though.
10 seconds, but the ring's near.
Loba, okay.
All right, let's just reposition. Let's go this way.
Gonna hunt over there.
You got them
Yeah,
up
no
pretty
one came
quick.
here, looks like.
You got multiple down already. Go ahead and top off. Remember, top off. Try to clean up your decision making so you're faster on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 cracked over here.
New kill
Okay.
leader.
Come back then.
Yep.
Standing taller will make them easier to spot. Half the squads are worm food. Reloading.
Right side.
Okay, we're gonna back up then come over here because we're gonna get sandwich. Let's go.
Over here. Follow me.
Yo, Joker, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much, man. We'll just completely reposition. We'll get out of this. Otherwise, we're just gonna get sandwich.
Recharging
Yep.
shields.
Watching for you, covering. Pushed up.
Yep, they're fighting each other now. It sounds
Okay,
like.
they dropped down. We got the advantage here. 43 on Newcastle.
One more in their pack.
Yeah, they're still.
So take an angle. Remember to keep topping off as you keep moving in.
Opening fire on our prey.
Take an angle.
Oh, okay. Is anyone still here then?
One of them was
Yeah, they're
knocked.
still here.
Yep.
Yeah, they're in here.
Okay, I'm gonna move up.
Yeah, they're here. I can
Need
hear
more
them.
res this. Yep.
Getting the hits.
Whiff city today. My bad. Cracked him. Heal up. Heal up. Heal up. Don't push. Don't push. I got
Getting
him.
about.
I'll finish him. There we go.
There goes
But
the
good commitment on that. That was good, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a few things. Just make sure you stick close. Try to make sure you
Yeah.
prioritize your heals as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So you're topping off. If you're going to back up, try to calm it. Also calm the damage that you're doing as you're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Or if you're gonna
Yeah.
push in. You know, all those little things matter. And they're little things. Like right now, go ahead and top off. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I threw the Skynade because I wasn't sure where they were at exactly, but I thought that might put a little pressure on them to get out of the corner or something.
No, it's good. It's good. Bottle Cap, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, man. I know I appreciate all the kind words, guys. I really, really do.
Underneath us?
Yeah, here. Oh, they got a Valk ult.
Yep. Ah. Where are they going? Okay.
Alright, they're running.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay.
I'll remove him. I don't think we have a mod here right now. I'm all for not positive comments, but I guess it's just one thing to troll. It's just fine. I mean, every little bit helps the YouTube algorithm, right?
More engagement.
Yeah, pretty much. That's just how it works. Here, one second, I'll take care of it.
Yep, I hear him.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
I got
Sorry.
it. No, you're good. I was about to tab out. That's
I
my bad.
heard. I heard.
You're good. You're good. I'm gonna take care of chat. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a mod here at the moment, but I'll take care of
Almost
it.
got the knock.
Let's see here. There we go. Who else was another person? What's the best way to farm kills? My main level 200 hit plat once, but I have 1,600 my whole account. Farm kills, you gotta drop hot. Are you dropping hot? Are you trying to just go for the wins and like not engage? I guess it's a decision. JC, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. How do you get the velocity data on screen? You do that by there's a command. I can't remember the command offhand at the moment. Yeah, Keith said it very well. It's like, hey, this is a way to be respectful, you know. Wanted a mod for your crew? I could definitely get some more mods. See, make sure. Is there anybody else who I kind of have to mute? Oh, there was that one guy earlier. Okay, I got it. We're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna do real quick for the next 6 minutes, just in terms of like peaking and that pressure. Remember that the goal for you, and when you watch back this VOD, is to make sure that you're speeding up the thought process, because those seconds really add up in a BR. Whether you take 3 extra seconds to medkit, whether you take 2 extra seconds to peak, whether you're like all of those seconds are going to add up in a fight that'll either get you, you know, further behind, or in a situation you don't want to be in. So let's go in the firing range, and I'll show you what I mean in terms of pressure. and top off in terms of like if your health isn't high. There you go. Potato actually put it in chat. Are you doing something else in the coaching today? No, just coaching for today. I haven't really gotten to play Apex in a full week, so this is I recorded one video and then I just kind of took off again. No, I mean I give everyone attention. Like trolls aren't necessarily like. I mean, I stream so long on Twitch and stuff. Like it's like nothing. It's like the norm, you know. Grab yourself a charge rifle. I want to show you what I mean in terms of that peak and that pressure. Also, for some reason, it says in game that you're a bot, which is weird. I don't know your icon. Like you go back in the VOD, it's kind of interesting.
That's interesting. That is very interesting.
Okay, so we're gonna do this from a distance, right? I'm gonna show you that peak, what I'm talking about, and that pressure, and like guessing, right? Because I feel like at a higher level, so you can start from here. Actually, yeah, you can start from here. I'll start from the other side.
Okay.
So like we're in that fight in terms of pressure. Otherwise, it'll feel like you can't find your angles. And the thing is that when the MMR is a lot higher, yo, bottle cap with 20 gifted members. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. Seriously, holy crap. Thank you, man. If you just got gifted a member, give some love back to bottle cap by spamming an SC in chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, ready? So we're gonna do now. I'm gonna peek at a different spot. And I want you to immediately put pressure. The charge rifle is actually a really good gun to kind of showcase this. I never really thought about it that way before. But in terms of like putting pressure back instantaneously, right? And working your way in. And I'm going to push my way into you until I knock you with a charge rifle just so you get used to that pressure. And then I'm not going to shoot back and I want you to feel that pressure back. Ready?
Oh, my ultimate's ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, there.
Getting shot at.
Okay, now we're gonna swap. I want you to replicate that in terms of like speed and thought process. You saw how I was like moving around and doing things and stuff. So come on this side, and we're gonna work it a little slow. But you see, when you do that type of damage, let's say even if we were in that one fight earlier, you'll notice how that damage makes such a big difference in terms of his team backing up and getting scared and so forth. You know, it makes the world of a difference. So you're gonna come up here. I'm gonna stand out in the open. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Okay, this is so what I want you to do practice mechanically for like a week is to come in the test range and work on your stability with like your aim, just mechanics. That's really like the focus, so you can get your damage up. I would spend maybe like 15 minutes in the range switching between various guns and just keep things stable. Because a charge rifle's hit scan, you don't really have to move a whole lot. So just try to hit me with a hit scan with a charge rifle. There you go, perfect. So that's the type of, like if we notice a theme, speed up thought process, and then be sure not to hesitate when it comes to or to slow down your aim and not try to compensate too much for it. Otherwise, it just feels like it goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and try to hit me again.
Okay.
They spotted me.
There you go.
I'm taking shots.
And when you did that damage, you would work your way in. So go ahead and work your way in like I did earlier. Once you find that angle.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely could. Alqua, I can definitely do that.
Getting shot at.
It's better. You got the head glitch there, yep. But so pause. So you hesitated there for that 2 seconds, and I would have done a lot of damage there to you.
Yeah.
Right? Those few seconds are what really makes a big difference. So when you drop down, try to get to the head glitch and try to set up really, really fast.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's really tricky to see from that distance with just like hip fire, and I'm like, okay, I need to look through and figure out where you're at.
Exactly, and that'll come with time. So now that you're more aware of it, it's going to take a little bit of time to be like, okay, this is what I need to do, but it will click over time, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a bot that takes care of the spam. So we're at 12 o'clock. I'm the next person. DM me and so takeaways to what I want you to work on. Make sure that you speed up the process of things. Like if you realize, oh, I didn't heal fast enough, be self-aware and say, I could have healed faster there. And like just trim down the time. Try to peek at multiple angles to put pressure. Realize when the pressure is too greedy and when it's not too greedy. Then come in the test range here. And then make sure you use various guns and work on just the mechanical side. You'll learn over time whether the sensitivity is too high or too low after just practicing with a gun. Give it like 10 or 15 minutes. Like if you use the R99 and it's just not working, then you can write down your sensitivity and then change it. But you can shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM how it's going and what's going on, because that'll be your follow-up, okay?
Cool. Yeah, I think that'll help. I do run 6 and like longer range optics at a higher sensitivity just because it's hard to track at like a slower sense.
Try not to obsess too much about the settings per se. Just write them down and then change it if you want to for fun. But realize that what we're trying to work on is to make sure you're not overcorrecting with your aim and that you're not trying so hard to aim. Like if your crosshair is like there, like you still have the charge rifle out. If you hover over him, I don't even have to move the mouse at all. I'm gonna just hit mouse click and it'll land the shot. So same thing with the controller. Don't even move the controller once the crosshair is over it, and then just shoot.
Yeah.
Are you ADS or hipfire?
Hipfire.
ADS. You need to ADS. Okay. Work on your ADS.
Okay.
Now you hip fire whenever you're within, like, let's say this ranger here. So we're in this range.
Yeah.
Then you're okay to hip fire. Otherwise, don't hip fire. Okay.
Okay.
So go into ADS again and then shoot. Now do the same. Grab the R99.
R99 here.
And then focus on your ADS. And that's going to be your decision making whether or not you peek. So then ADS. Better. Go again. Okay, now grab a little bit more ammo and let's go back up here, okay?
No attachments? Or...
Just your favorite site because you're going to ADS.
Okay.
We'll do the same thing right here.
Okay.
All right, ready? Crater, great to have you here. Thank you. And also Bottle Caps, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Remember ADS. Better. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. You got it, you got it. Much better. Only a few of your shots landed here. That's much better. You see, this has only been an hour, but do you feel the difference?
I'm just trying to make sure I stick in my head, don't overcorrect yourself and by pulling down too hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, the VOD will always be here. Look back at the VOD, think through that process. It's a battle royale, right? So you're going to be thrown a lot of situations. The reason why I'm having you peek different angles and keep the pressure up is that if you can think that way, then no matter what, you can adjust to everything that is thrown your way, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I got to hop on with the next person, but I appreciate you, and hopefully this is helpful. DM me questions. Watch back the VOD.
Yeah.
Look at things, and I'll be there to support. Okay.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. I appreciate you, dude. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's see who we got next. I think we have Agent Axe. Agent. All right. Let's do this. No worries. I mean, I've dealt with trolls before. I'm not anything new to it. I know if I started the stream even at the start. If my energy level sounded a little low, it's been a really crazy week, in terms of like everything that's been going on. And
hello.
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Doing all right.
All right, what's your in-game name?
It's probably Agent A.
Okay. Oh, there you are. I sent an invite. All right, let's do this. Same rules. 5 1v1s. You know, don't hold back. If you win, awesome. If you don't worry. You know, that's the whole point. That's how we're figuring out things. And we'll continue to work on these. How do these guys get your coaching? In the Discord, I just put up a form and I say it's free and I just draw at random. I put it like in a little random randomizer and just draw names. Oh, I have to get the skin. I'm gonna buy that. It's a Watson skin. I have to get the Watson skins. All right, let's do this. Your low energy still higher than my high energy? Dude, I'm always crazy motivated on stuff. Okay. Get yourself an R99, purple mag, whatever sight you like. And then we're gonna grab a wingman as well. Just stock up, and then we're gonna do 5 1v1s, and we'll kind of self-assess from there.
All right.
But that's good so fast. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was in there. I play stretch res. All right, let's do this. I'm glad to help. Listen, it's all little things, and like this is an hour, and this is what I believe. This is why I do these coaching sessions for free, right? Is I believe you can learn so much within an hour, and then it's why I never take credit for anybody really improving, because all you needed was just somebody to point it out to you. If somebody points it out to you, you can apply it and then think through it, and you'll get better and better over time. I know that the 1v1s are pretty rough, and then the matchmaking MMR is really rough as well, but when people go back to their MMR with that knowledge, they improve dramatically and they kind of feel that difference. I always describe it this way. I always describe, if I had the opportunity to play against Michael Jordan or any one of the greats in basketball and just have them beat me, but then keep pointing things out I was doing, I would do that all day, every day. My father once told me something that always stuck with me forever. To be great, you have to surround yourself around greatness. And once you sense and understand what it is to be around, use the word great loosely, right? This is just what my dad told me. But if you can understand what it means to be around a good player or see that pressure or what have you, your eyes are now open to the situation of what you did not see before. Why do high level players switch around the guns? Just keeps your hands warm. I just like to keep my hands warm. All right, ready?
Yep.
5 1v1s. Whether you win or lose, doesn't matter. I'm going to try different things in these 1v1s, so I'm going to switch it up consistently, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 4 more. Are you Wraith main? No, I play Watson advantage. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
They spotted me.
3 more. Three, two, one, go.
Shots.
2 more. Three, two, one, go. One more. Three, two, one, go. Much comfortable at that range. Are you on controller as well?
No, I'm keyboard mouse.
Low sensitivity, right?
High actually.
Really?
Yep.
What's your? Let me type in. What's your sense?
My sense is 1, but it's high DPI.
Okay, 1. Let's do a converter here. Hold on 1 second. I have a little converter thing. Let's see here. 1 sensitivity. What's your DPI?
6K.
6,000?
Yeah.
You're playing at 1 sensitivity at 6,000 DPI, right? Is that my understanding?
Yep.
So your inches per 360 is 2.7 inches per 360?
I think so.
Okay.
I've always played.
Let me see. Let me see.
high DPI.
Let me see right here. Come right here. I'm gonna jump over you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Do a clean 180 for me. Again. Do a full 360. Okay, yeah, you're playing a high sensitivity. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna stand here. Shoot me with the R99. Got great recoil control for that sensitivity. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing, but this time I'm gonna strafe a little bit with the wingman. Go ahead and shoot.
They spotted me.
There it is. Okay. They had the same thing with that up there. Your sensitivity is really high. The thing is, like, if it works for you, I'm not going to force you to change it. 6,000 DPI, right? At 1 sensitivity?
Yep.
Okay, wow, that's
super high.
That's the first time I've ever coached anybody using that high sensitivity that can control recoil like that. It's really impressive, dude. Kudos to you. That's really good. I would say you're going to have... I can tell that you're trying to be very deliberate with your movement. The reason why I thought you were at a low sensitivity is when I jumped around, you can't necessarily just fly your mouse around. Otherwise, you probably over flick or just move around like crazy, right? So I assume everything you do, you're pretty much... What's your grip style? Do you use fingertip?
I don't know what it's called.
How do you hold your mouse?
I think it's more claw.
Does the butt of your hand touch the mouse?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
not.
Okay. I guess when you're trying to be precise, it does, right?
Yeah.
And then otherwise, is it just your fingertips that are grabbing the mouse?
Yeah, for most part.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of a mix. You kind of do hybrid. Like if I tell you to snipe, then the butt of your hand is going to touch the back of the mouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your control is pretty insane. I'm just really impressed. So we're gonna come this way. Let me see. Pull out. Just use the R99. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm glad that you're committing to the fights. The biggest thing that I was gonna highlight is that try to find the peak damage. I love the fact that you're willing to put yourself out there, but just be sure that, unlike with Cobra, the thing is that you tend to play a little bit more out in the open. And I would say play your angles more. So ready? I just want to see how you control at this distance. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Really great control, man. That's really impressive. All right, climb up again. We're going to keep just reload your R99 afterwards. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm Pathfinder? Oh, yeah, I am. Okay.
Yeah, you're
So the biggest thing that's hard at this sensitivity that you're going to experience more than ever is going to be whenever, like, I noticed that I was able to trip you up whenever I put pressure on you when I played super aggressive. So let's say I was like right on your face and I'm trying to throw you off by giving you like variables that you're not used to. Essentially, like, let's say like you're in a 1v1 or something, and like it's a battle royale, so I assume this happens a lot. Yeah. Your highest rank is either plat or diamond, either high plat or at least diamond. Am I correct?
Plat.
Okay.
I didn't have time to get up to diamond.
No, you're good. It's rank doesn't really mean a whole lot. I'm just trying to gauge like in terms of time that you've put in. And I would say that as you start to get higher ranked, a lot of those variables that you're experiencing, like where you're like, oh, they're over there, like the higher sensitivity is going to really throw you off. So you have to really become a master of being really, really calm. Or what you're going to find after this coaching session is that you may want to slow down your sense. I would personally tell you to slow down your sense, but it's very, very impressive what you've managed to like do. I'm not going to lie. I've not seen many people control with that sensitivity. When you ADS, do you have any different sensitivity variables or anything?
I think 1x is set to 1.3, so it's the same.
1.3, so it's
DPI,
faster.
Well, so it's only for the 1x, so it's the same DPI. As
Oh, okay, so you want to match your same hip fire. That makes sense. I got you. Okay. Because the biggest thing that I see you having trouble with is that if you can't predict what I'm doing, the variable of where I'm peaking at, it's going to throw you off. That's the biggest thing. And you're playing a battle royale, so you're going to be dealing with a lot of different variables. So if I were to say, keep 1v me like over and over and over again. Now, if we climb up and keep doing the same thing over and over again here, I assume that you'll be calm and you'll be able to figure it out. So let's go and climb and let me just prove that theory right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, good spray. And if we kept doing this over and over again, like you would find your angle and what you need to do. Because it's predictable. Now, if I do around the box this way, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. This is what throws you off. That's why I say it looks like you're running a low sense, but you're really not. Is because that it takes you a second to correct it. Because it is such a high sensitivity, and it is incredibly impressive the fact you're able to control it. So that pause that you have here, I'll fly over you again. Whenever we're shooting. 3, 2, 1, go. Or if I do this. There you go, better. Just you have to be able to predict that movement, and then you'll start to win. But it's like you have to you struck me as a very calm person. You know, you have to really always be in a nice flow state and be so calm in those scenarios, right? Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to win fights. I noticed that you have a pretty good strong on your RE45 or R99, like a recoil was what I was trying to say. Recoil. And I couldn't even finish my sentence. I just said and I was like, recoil. I was like, I couldn't even talk. But do this again. Instead of me not fat fingering that. And we're just going to use the wingman. Okay?
Okay.
And this is where your I assume your weak spot is. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Firing. Shot at.
I don't know why I reloaded. My aim is all over the place today. It's unfortunate. But you see, I mean, your weak spot is kind of similar to mine because I use mouse acceleration, where I always, like, my recoil control, my tracking, all that stuff is pretty solid. And if I was using sniper, I'm really solid as well. But my single tap at this range is really, it could be a little inconsistent at times. So what you need to work on is this area here. Do you have your aim trained before? Do you use Kovacs, Aim Lab, anything?
Not really.
I would say not even 5 minutes a day. Work on those like mini flicks just to get used to that movement, because everything else that you're doing is pretty strong. But except for your wingman flicks, which is your single tap stuff, like your peacekeeper and stuff, it feels like it's a bit of RNG whether you're gonna land it, depending on how calm you are. The more stressed out you are, the harder it is, essentially. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
See that? So make sure whenever you're getting those shots that you have the jump on me first before committing. So make sure that you get damage done, just like as if you were in 1v1s in like a BR. Like you wouldn't necessarily would you wide swing them if you did any damage?
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
So like if we have like a numbers advantage, then yes.
There you go. That's my question. So if you have the numbers advantage, you know their armor, then you wide swing them. But if you're wide swinging me and you have no numbers advantage, then you don't do it yet. You look for the opening first, right?
Or like I know that you have like blue armor and I have purple or something.
Yeah. But even then, I would still go for even just a little bit of damage. The reason why is you get at higher levels, you could go for that, but they could come around the corner and just one mag you, right? Because essentially when you do this, you're just giving them a control. You're assuming I'm going to win my 1v1 here, no matter how good of an aim I am or what have you. You never know who you're going to face. You never know if that person, RNG-wise, that day is just going to beam. You can run into a person who has horrible aim their whole life, and then all of a sudden, you wide swing them, they land every single shot, right? You always want to play the advantage. So I'll show you an example of what that means. So let's start again, wingman only. 3, 2, 1, go. Number advantage. So now I could take a different angle. And then wide swinging. Now, literally, I could actually care less if I push up right on you and just fight. Because at that point, I have the numbers advantage. What you're looking for is just that intro damage and just like you're controlling the fight, right? And I see you do it with the R99. So that's why I'm having you switch to the wingman, because I know it's where you feel uncomfortable at, right? Let's see. Let's do some stuff at a distance. Switch. We're gonna do this exercise. We're gonna grab the longbow. I want to see how you do at a far distance, and this might be a bit of a weak spot. Let's see. I could be wrong, but I just want to see. So grab a longbow. You're only going to be able to use irons on it, okay? You can grab all the other attachments in the world that you want outside of a sight. Just irons. You don't really need a skull piercer, I guess, because we're just going to 1v1. So I've done this exercise for those that are trying to hit like targets from far away. And your recoil control close range is pretty solid. And your wingman is wishy-washy, but I'm going to give you
some days it's really good, other days it's really bad.
And that's because of sensitivity, right? And that's the hard part. Essentially, you would have to grind it out in an aim trainer. And most people who do aim trainers are going to tell you that your sensitivity is way too high. But I don't want to force what could be used as great marketing, to be honest. And like, I use this sensitivity because I'm going to be honest, and everyone would chat. I don't think I've ever seen anybody have that type of control of that, you know? All right, so go over here. I want to see your control, because you may actually surprise me. But I just want to see if you can knock this out. Because if you can, I want you to apply the same logic with your wingman close range. Okay? So two things are going to happen here. You're going to land your shots and I'm going to be like, holy crap, you're amazing. Or you're going to miss your shots, which is perfectly fine. You're still amazing. And then I want you to slow it down and then apply that logic to the wingman close range. And then you kind of get a feel for what that looks like. So what we're going to do, we're going to wide peek out and you're going to take shots. And we're just going to keep shooting until one of us wins, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Firing. Getting shot at.
Okay, pretty good. Once I start doing the one little thing that I can teach you at a distance that's really, really helpful. You're taking those shots. Let me see your movement whenever you take shots at this distance. Ready? Just shoot forward and let me see how you take a shot. Okay. One little tip I can give you that's really helpful, kind of from my Battlefield days, what I do. You'll notice that I shoot and then crouch, shoot, and like un-ADS. So you'll be able to look back at the VOD at this, but what you're doing is you're shooting then un-ADSing because the fire is only going so fast, right? And I slowed it down to see what your pacing was, and that's when you landed more of the shots. But at a distance, that micro movement I knew was going to be overwhelming for you to if I did this, because the movement is a lot more broad, right? But if I'm doing this, I'll show you the distance, and I'll show you the way it feels. But your accuracy is pretty solid. But apply that same logic whenever you're using the wingman close range, and I promise you, it's going to work wonders. So this is just a regular ADS if I were shooting at you. Ready? So go and take shots.
They spotted me.
And then I assume you'll start to land the follow-up shot. There you go. Okay. And now the harder version of that, which is what you'll see other pros and people do, is they'll take shot. Now pretend like you're doing it. Really difficult to hit with that sense, right?
Yeah.
Now, I assume that was going to be the case. Now, how do you solve for that is to really, really, oh my gosh, at that movement, it's really hard, but essentially you would have to grind it out in aim trainer or even grind it out even in the test range, you can hit one of these targets or hit the targets all the way back here and just work on that movement back and forth. And you can reset with your mouse. Like if you were to hit those targets from this distance, you shoot on ADS and keep going back and forth, hitting them, but then incorporating a crouch. And the reason I'm having you do that, because when you incorporate a crouch, your mouse is going to move a lot more. And even that small amount of movement is going to be really, really impactful. So what will end up happening, because you have such great control, is I want you to think about this over the course of a week. What I want you to do as a fun exercise, just as an exercise, lower that DPI amount by half. Just as an exercise. And then do it again. So you'll go down to 3,000, then you go down to 1,500. Kuzo, what's going on? It's good to see you. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm getting at, chat. Is like lower just a little bit. You don't have to do it, but I want you to get a feel for it and just do it as an exercise. And the reason why I'm having you half it is because your brain is going to say, oh, it's half. Oh, it's half, right? So it's not like you're just giving a random sensitivity. So then when you ramp back up, you'll get that feel. Now, when you go back, what's going to happen is that it may feel a little frustrating and be like, oh, I'm not landing my shots as much at a faster sense. You did not lose any of your muscle control. It is still there. It is still present. You have to understand the amount of calm that is required from it, and that you might feel a lot more comfortable at the lower DPI in the long run. Could be wrong. It could be right, but just do it as an exercise for the next couple of weeks. Like, not even in game. I would say aim trainer. Go download aim lab and just have the sensitivity in there, and then I'm gonna send it to you. Do motion shot ultimate. Okay, because it's free. Motion shot ultimate, because what happens? You hit the target in the center, and then one randomly appears, and you shoot at it. Okay. And then half your DPI, then half your DPI. Okay. That's what I would have you work on. I think your recoil control is great. I think your peeking is pretty decent. Let's go in game and let's see what that looks like when we're fighting. And if my theory is right, I could be wrong in this regard, that when you have a lot of pressure and decision making, then your aim starts to struggle more and more, which is why one day you'll feel hot and one day you won't feel hot, you know? So it's like what we're trying to do is find a consistency, okay? It'll also help your movement and everything too, because with a high sense it can be a little, like you're trying to find a flow. But your movement seems like it's pretty good. Pay attention to your hands, okay? After a long gaming session, how are your hands?
They're fine.
Okay, good. The only thing I stress is I want to make sure that you're not hurting, because some people at that sense would actually probably be hurting because it requires a lot of.
Oh yeah, no, like
tension.
I do finger stretches and whatnot.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go hop in game. Any questions or anything? I'm gonna type to you the scenario I want you to work on. So it's gonna be aim lab, and you're gonna do motion shot ultimate. Typing it to you. Then you're gonna go first exercise 600 DPI, 1 sense, and then you're gonna do 3000 DPI. And then you're going to do 1,500 DPI. You don't have to do that in game. Just do it for the exercise. If you find that you're starting to pull ahead and that the scores are higher, then only do it for like 5 minutes. Don't go crazy about it. Okay. But do it every day for like a week and get a feel for it. Okay. That's your goal.
Okay.
That's what I would task you with. Let's go in game. Let's see how you do. Thank you guys almost for being here. Aim lab is hard and boring. I mean, it takes discipline, just like going to the gym, right? You're figuring your
Any
things out.
legend I should go?
No, whichever one whoever you feel most comfortable on at this point.
Okay.
How much are you doing aim training? I used to be really into it until I lacked time, and so I probably spend less. Like, as I kind of ease back into things, I did 15 minutes on Thursday and then Friday, and I did 30 minutes this morning. Tell me you low-key like homework without telling me. I guess that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's literally just like hitting the gym, and when you know what to focus on, when you know what not to focus on. But that'll help you at those long-range distances, because at a higher sensitivity, if I say, okay, you need to control recoil with the R301 using a 2x4, those exercises, that's what I'm honing in on for you specifically.
Outdoors while getting shot at. Sounds fun.
Are you training benchmarks? Yeah, I've done the voltaic one when it first came out. Just a reminder, the MMR, people are going to play like psychopaths because my MMR is really, really high on this account. I mean, they're high on all my accounts.
I mean, this one's already high, so it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
This is your champion.
I don't remember the last time there weren't like masters in my lobby.
That's good. All right, so we'll get to see what you do.
Echo's the jump master. Well, I am, but
And we'll drop here.
let's land there.
How can I stay calm in intense fights? The best way to do it is by getting into a lot of fights. It's like exposure therapy, essentially. The more you do it, the easier it gets, you know, the more calm you stay. Don't get upset. That's another one, you know, like, just like you saw earlier, I mean, trolls and stuff will come into chat. Don't let it get to you, because it's like, you're going to lose, and that's just going to happen. No matter your rank, you know, you see pro players, you know, there's inevitable that you're always going to lose. You're going to run into some scenarios. You'll come out ahead, you'll get crazy high kill games, other times you won't, and you just have to find the equilibrium always, you know? Hey, Commander, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you, dude. I like how this was a hot drop earlier and it's not a hot drop now. Alright, what are your guns and how are you looking?
Right now, PK longbow.
Okay, perfect. I got Sentinel R9 I can fight.
Or scout if you want it.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up this 3X. Alright, let's fight.
Attention. First blood.
First blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
Beginning ring countdown.
What rank did you get? Complete, Master's complete.
Do it.
Somebody was asking in chat what
Oh,
I hit.
I've
For
only got to plat.
70 on the one on the right.
Oh, missed those.
Big one's rezzing inside. I'm gonna push in.
One on the rough.
Looking, flanking. Crap, I whiffed. No, that's my bad.
No.
I could have gotten that flank there. That's my bad.
Nah, it's.
We go
I should
again.
have heard that person. Yeah. Good.
I'm the general manager of Sora, Rasty. That was my bad. I whiffed. I'm gonna be a little rusty. I haven't played in a week myself. This is the most that I've played Apex in a hot minute myself, you know? But it's okay. It's like, if you have a time away, realize that you're gonna make mistakes or you're gonna be a little slower in some of your decision making. It's just, it's gonna happen. But as long as you like take it in stride and you stay calm, then you'll continue to push forward, you know?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go play. Thanks, Daz, and everyone for putting in helpful information. No worries. What's the name of your club? It's Soar. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Not too bad. We're hanging in there, you know.
I get to the top my own way.
I'm level 29. Do you have any tips for new players? New players? I know everyone's gonna say, you know, get into fights, drop hot, but it really is getting into like engagement so you make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be bold with your mistakes, you know, so that you can self-assess afterwards. And then once you start to learn and self-assess, you'll start to pull really far ahead.
Introducing your champion.
Don't bother trying to find me. I'll find you.
All right.
I'm the jump
I'm trying to pick up on some stuff from earlier. I'm going to try to be better about it this time around.
Might set up as that. May your bullets hit the.
Let's explore this way.
Got one team potentially on me.
Some prey landed near me.
Okay.
I cleared target shield.
One down.
Recharging shields. Down to mark.
I
Good.
only got long range. I'm heading over to you.
Okay. Gonna finish this guy.
Took down the last.
RE45.
Two
Oh, tapped
Phoenix
out.
kicks down below.
Okay.
A champion just fell. They must not be very good.
Reloading.
Left one. Here. One there. Cracked. 63.
Fired the prey's shield.
It's on that ping. He might have dropped. I'm gonna push him. He's dropping. Knocked. Finished.
Whole squad down.
Team in there.
Yep, I see. I see how you work your way in.
Cracked.
Okay, careful when you're standing out in the open. Remember to use your angles, okay?
Okay.
Backed. Flush. I'm gonna move in since I got the damage.
Shields a recharge.
Popping that shield. So.
Okay.
Seconds remain. The ring is nearby.
The team's pushing him. I whiffed.
Grenade. Recharging my shield.
I'm gonna push up on that roof. Can you grapple up? Are you confident you grapples?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Launching to a new angle. 10 seconds, but the
Pushing
ring's
in.
here.
Second floor. Oh shoot.
112.
Trying to get an angle.
Can't be good. Door slightly open.
Die later. Fight now. Out. Recharging shields.
How'd that go? Key binded. Oops.
Recharging
Running
my
a little
shield.
low on ammo. Alright, so we're gonna go back in the test range in a second. Now I kinda got some stuff.
Target shield.
Oh, good
Nothing
try.
hard, just drop down. Okay.
Okay. So the biggest thing that I want you to focus on is to make sure that when you're pushing in, that your positioning is really, really strong. So like I saw you take an angle kind of wide out in the open. So just how like you're thinking around the box, which is why I always say, okay, we work our way around a box. You always want to have that like that angle. Maybe we don't need to go in the test range. We'll just go back in. Always try to think your way from position to position, and then only push in when you do damage. It's like that kind of rule, okay? So that's why in the 1v1s I was mentioning, if you did damage, would you push in? So think of it the same way when you're wide swinging that angle. Would you try to shoot from that angle? And you want to make your hitbox small because if you're standing out in the open, they're going to land their shots, most likely, because you're making it easier for them. Think of it this way. Think of the thought process this way. Why make their game easy if they're making your game hard? You're playing the game on very hard, and they all have like the damage boost. Like in Super Smash Brothers, they give you the handicap. They call it handicap, where like you take less damage or you start with more damage. You know what I mean? Don't give them that advantage. You know. Think of like, how can I win by not giving them an advantage? Christy, it's good to see you. I appreciate you. Why did I decide to use a triple take instead of the Volt? Because triple take is pretty much a shotgun. It's really, really strong. How's my wife? She's doing much better. She's doing much better. I definitely have help right now around the house, so I'm able to kind of break away and do what we're doing right now. How to lose in Apex is still have fun. Pretty much what we're doing right now. You know, it's like, just to understand everything's as a process. Everything just takes a little time. If you can't lose in Apex, then what are you doing? You know, it's like, it's pubs. You know, we're coaching. The goal isn't necessarily win. The goal right now is just to identify strengths and weaknesses and just figure out how we can improve. You know, if you can take that process, you'll go really far. Not only in Apex, but I really believe like in life. Like that's kind of the mindset I have across like my content. I'm not the perfect coach. I never claim to be. I just do this stuff because I want to help people. Kind of share what I know and what I do. Christy, I'm glad. I'm really glad that helps. Seriously. All right, we go again. Shotgun on the first floor there.
Late drop on us.
Yep, I hear him. Oh, she got the Peacekeeper. Nice, good job. Don't be shy to grab the loot of my building if, you know, I say there's a Peacekeeper down there. I know you didn't want to split the building, but
yeah,
it's okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm your teammate. I'm here for you. I'm gonna go over here. Going for 63, yep.
Just try and hide with that shiny tag on you.
One on the left is cracked, so I didn't hit the guy on the right.
You're old or injured? Bye. Reloading.
Okay, same thing here. Look for your angles.
Rising above.
Yep. I cannot land single tap today.
I don't have ammo for this.
Pathy hit for 45. What do you need?
I'm running light.
Oh shoot, okay. I think one's on the left. Isolate over here. I think.
Found a hemlock.
One for 90 over there. I'm coming back to you.
Recharging my shields.
Going back this way.
I'm just gonna full heal.
You're good, you're good. I'll probably push this over on the right. I'm gonna take height.
Better angle at Echo's location. The ring's closing. Let's not get caught outside.
One in front of me, 45, blue.
Mark, right there.
My ping, we can probably push that. Let's go.
Over there.
I think they're solo. I'm gonna take their Q up. Oh, I was wrong.
Knocked.
Yep. Good job, good job. Go for the swap. I'm gonna get this other one.
Alright. Somehow kill leader, don't know how.
Hey, it's we're working it. You got your angle. Keep moving, you're good. Cracked horizon, 50.
Gonna pop a battery.
Okay, one's got his up there. Cracked up top too. Let me know if you need cells. I think I grabbed too many.
I got 14.
Okay, good.
48 flush, I think.
Yep.
I think it was flush.
Yeah, see if we can work our way to that. Pushing in a little bit. 50 up top. I'm gonna sell.
Hide with that shiny tag on you. Recharging
Just topping off right now. If you find an angle or you find an opening, go for it.
Recharging shield.
Trying to watch your cross.
Squads have survived.
I don't have an angle in that spot. Coming over to you. We're kind of fighting from low ground. We might want to just back up then.
Yeah.
See if we can get a crack.
We can back out if we
let's go.
desperately need.
Looking for good loot here. Always be foraging.
I'm literally only rocking 30-30.
Something better.
There we go, winger. Just needed some ammo, that's all. Nice. Oh, we're here.
Prey in sight. There.
It's flash.
Flush again.
Reloading.
I'm gonna fly over. You can go for that. You can drop. I'm gonna go on the other side. Got him.
Took down some prey.
Don't know where his teammate is.
I don't know. We need to move before that other team shows up from behind.
This guy's a 301 if you want.
Yeah, I'll take that. Do you have light?
Not a whole lot.
Okay. Do you need heavy? I can drop you a lot of heavy here. Thank you. Like 100 there. Your pacing and stuff is better. So just really, like, you see how we're moving from fight to fight, and just that momentum. So I know the downside that'll happen is like, well, what if I get teammates that just don't match it? Then if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. You don't make a mistake because they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Here, am I ping?
Picking off prey there. Tag some prey.
In for 150.
Shield.
Move up on that.
Echo's
Worst case, he runs into the other team. We can go that way.
Yeah.
You got
I'm
heals
just
for
grabbing
zone?
this med kit real fast.
Okay. He's still flush.
current angle sucks. Switching it up.
We're chasing. Should be able to win this even if he turns and shoots. Hey, what's going on, buddy? No, I lost. I'm dumb. Oh, wow. You got both of us. Oh, I did call it a dumb push. That's my bad.
I forgot about the no accuracy on zipline thing.
Oh, yeah. It's all good. I went in without you. See, I can call out my own stuff, too. I went in. I was like, I should be able to win this. I move in, and I just lose. Oh, that sucks. He must have gotten off a bat. Good on him. He deserved that. It's good. But if your teammates, like, if I make a dumb push like that, then, you know, don't do what I do, because, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. That's what I call getting greedy, you know? That's so easy to fall into those traps, especially when, like, hit him for 150, he was flush, and he was definitely low. Just, like, it's so hard not to do it, you know? Good to see you back in your regular stream. Yeah, we're trying to get back in the flow. You know, it's not, I'm not, like, 100% perfect, but we'll go. We're getting there, you know? Yo, Unknown, thank you so much for 7 months. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, you know, listen, this stuff happens. It's all good. What servers do I play on? The Apex Legends ones. Thank you. I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you so much for the kind words. So I open it up to you. I know I've really honed in on your sensitivity and what to kind of iron out, what to work on. And I see you, and I've already noticed you're already taking better angles in terms of positioning, besides the dumb play that I made at the end there. What questions do you have? What frustrates you most? I mean, I know you signed up for coaching, and
Yeah.
I've been trying to take better note. Nobody's ever said this to me, but I also want to make
Honestly,
sure, like,
I
I'm
was like,
giving
solo queue
you
frustrates me the most, but
solo
I think
queuing.
that frustrates everyone.
Okay, so we're gonna do this one.
Yeah.
Is I'm gonna follow you around, and we're gonna treat it like we're solo queuing, but I'm just gonna follow you around.
Okay.
Okay. I'll grab some loot, and I'll be there to kind of help clean up, but I'll let you make the
Okay.
decisions and stuff, and we'll do it that way. Okay.
Okay.
As jump master, I promise to find a
Okay, so for solo queuing, the idea is you want to be able to drop and grab a gun. So I'm going to land on this building, but you're going to grab everything, and I'm just going to kind of follow you, okay? And even if I die, it's
Okay.
not a bad thing, because then I get to spectate you, right?
Yeah. Right.
Pretty much your
Lots
solo
of
queue
games here.
experience has to be pretty much not making dumb decisions like I did earlier, you know? But enough to where you're able to keep constant pressure. So here,
right here.
here.
Motion here.
I'll grab whatever you don't, and I'll just kind of be here to kind of vibe.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to take height. So take height and just start assessing. And look for damage and look for poke for what you can do. I'll let you treat it solo queuing. I'll try not to backseat. I'll just kind of watch, okay?
Yeah, and that fight's
First
almost
blood.
done over
That's
there.
one way to find out you're the prey.
Okay, so they're shooting at each other. I'm watching. One of them solo, and this is a fight. One's kind of wide swinging right now.
Traveling
I'm going to do a little damage just to get you the jump on him.
Get the ammo.
You're good, you're good. Okay. So I'm gonna res you, and
Found some prey.
then we're gonna
There's
back up
an
again,
arrow
okay?
later.
Yeah.
Old ones die later. Fight now.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Target shield. Reloading.
Let me get closer to the wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Reloading.
Here in the corner. Right on me.
There we go.
Shield. Nope.
Okay.
You're not
So
done.
when you pushed in, you're kind of pushing in from the bit of the low ground.
Yeah.
And of course, if they see that they did damage or got a crack, then you have to pretty much reposition. You can't stay where you're at. A lot of solo queuing is ducking and weaving. You gotta like duck in, duck out, duck in, duck out, duck in, duck out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you an example of what that looks like. So I'll have you watch me for a second.
Time to find a good person.
Let's see if I saw the situation right. I'm gonna take a different angle. A lot of it is rotating and taking different angles constantly, and knowing how to get in and out of the fight. So if I'm right here
Bring some materials.
and I see them all committed, I'm working my way into the fight, right? So there's two things. I can either queue up and fight this, so I can see them right here, which I do. They're cracked, but they're both right there, so I don't necessarily need to fight that because they're holding hands, right? And I have 12 bullets, and so I'd back out.
They just finished their fight?
Yep, okay, I got a different gun. Peacekeeper now I can push in.
68 on horizon.
Okay, I'm gonna take her queue.
She went.
I lost track of her.
She's inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna push in
Just went out there.
to the door. She got me. I chased a little too hard. You can bait res if you want to.
On your feet. Carry it.
That is a ballsy commit, but I respect it. Popping a heal.
My left. Here. She ulted.
Yep, she got me again. She knows what she's doing. Here, use me. I'll just keep creeping forward. Use the knockdown, use the
Don't
knockdown.
whiff.
I'll keep pushing forward for you. I'm gonna hold right here. Ah, good try, good try.
Yeah.
So what she did there really well is that she just isolated us for 1v1s.
Yep.
I know initially, you know, I just said I was going to move in and do positioning. So Masters player 4K, she played really, really smart. But you see how, like, I was trying to do the same thing initially by just isolating and looking for openings? Is what she was doing the same thing as well. She did it really, really well in terms of, like, the door and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would even go back and look at the VOD. I would say, okay, I need to slow it down. Essentially, the rule is when you're solo queuing is that you have to play so patiently. You have to slow it down and realize, okay, can I get this? And then if you slow it down, know when to actually go in and engage. Otherwise, you have to just pretty much back out. There's a lot of backing out and repositioning, and you got to do it really, really quick, and then play patient, pretty much like she did, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any tips how to not get shot in the back as other players always see me first? It just comes with positioning and knowing your angles. So you're not shot in the back. Knowing, okay, like if there's a bunch of teams in front of me, then just keep rotating and keep taking side boxes and angles so you know how to work your way into a fight. So you're not just running out in an open field. Like the mistake I did in the doorway there, you know, I pushed in, but she opened up the door and I was pretty much just like screwed at that point. We go again.
I don't love killing.
Is it only sending a smiley?
Understand.
I don't know. Are you lagging out? Oh, Kid Rubba, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you for watching. I got to get back to the drawing board on some stuff myself. After like a week of not playing, I'm a little rusty. It's not gone. I can see the mistakes, but it's like you have to just keep making mistakes so they stay within your brain. Like if you go away and you
It should be
don't stay fresh on it, then you lose seconds in time, which is like just so important.
silence good over there. May your bullets hit their marks and not
Can make solo queue legends like Wraith really, really strong because you'll know when to get out and reposition. I mean, Mad Maggie's really good, honestly. She can be really, really strong. But you see where you're whiffing your shots there? That's where you would aim train, you know, so then, like, when under pressure, you don't miss those, you know? Because you had the knockdown shield, technically you had the advantage. I mean, I did the same thing, so I'm like, I actually would be doing the same thing, practicing just as much as you right now, you know?
I have to back out. There's like so many
You're good.
people.
Down to mark. I'm out of heavy ammo.
One more. There we go. That was crazy.
Goes the last one in the squad. Reloading.
Reloading. Good work, kill leader.
Alright, topping off.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
I'm a little rusty every day, all day, every day. You know, it's all good. How many hours does it take to become a master level player? I guess it depends. Depends on your FPS experience. Hitting masters is really more about positioning and knowing when to take fights, and less about, I guess you could call it your overall aim. There's a team over on the left right here. I'm gonna be annoying, just hit him
There's a
once.
team in the middle as well.
Opening fire on our prey.
Here, I'm gonna move up and take the window on the right here.
Got this spot in my sights. Rings close. 30 seconds to
Where'd
do
they
your
go?
laces.
One's zipping up, yeah.
You die.
Holding.
You need
Yeah, back up, yep. There's multiple teams here. Careful. Kai, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate
Oh, no, I
you.
fell.
I'm dropping with you, don't worry. I'm here.
It's just a shot away.
Two here, two here.
Think they noticed.
Somebody over here.
Hey, right here.
The Wraith is low.
Coming out.
Got her.
Recharging shields. Whole squad down. Fire on
Oh, shoot.
down to mark.
Got up heavy.
Squads are worth it.
This person's cracked.
Okay, I'm gonna drop on him. Need heavy. There's no heavy. Rip.
Taking fire. Bagged and half in the back.
Actually hit him. Wow.
Target shield. Care package coming down. Replenish.
Resin, the smoke, question mark? One above you.
Holy.
Took down the last of that squad.
New team above as well.
Yeah, we're gonna need to back out. I'm backing out. Let's get out. Q if you can.
Echo's got an angle. Moving there.
I don't have the ammo for this. Not after all that. One sliding down right here.
A mark over there. Taking fire.
Cracked.
Shield.
Nice, good job.
Huh?
Reloading.
Killed an enemy.
Sorry, I took that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm pushing him so I can get the jump for you so you can push in afterwards.
For a better angle. I'm out of energy ammo. Whole squad down.
Oh my god, it's like just swapping guns like crazy right now.
Do you need any meds at all? I have 7 syringes if you need.
I have 11, which is
Healing up.
not
Okay.
good.
Got a
Cells.
tag on him.
Finish this guy. I don't want him to res. Wait, oh, did you leave? Yeah, he left. Upgraded membership. Thank you so much,
One right
Kidbot.
there.
I appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, coming.
86.
Nice, okay,
Light
okay.
armor.
Good job, good job.
He went above.
Pushing that. Oh, this is such a bad idea.
Okay.
Have to reload.
Go out.
You're good, you're good.
I'm out of heavy ammo.
I'm going up. Oh shoot, oh shoot. Okay, never mind, never mind.
Knock the right.
Okay. Good job, good job. Very nice. So once you're hot, I noticed like you're clearly hot. You know what you're doing, but
Yeah.
it's gonna take a lot of that warm up and just that time. And just if you aim train it out, it'll get a lot easier.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
I know that was one chaotic of a drop. Just so you see, chat, you see what I'm talking about in terms of like, yeah, you can have really good games. Like this is, I got 7 kills, 1,200 damage. Like clearly having a great start, you know. But if you have bad rounds and stuff, just don't let it get to you. Because
Someone's
like,
aiming at me.
yep, looking. Here, let's zip up. Let's zip up. See height. Oh, they're up height. Okay, that sucks. All right, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna Q away and then hold for you.
Taking a new angle.
New squad.
Oh wow. Just keep going this way then.
Your feet. Let's go here.
It's just topping off and we're reposition. Did I just see a vantage laser?
Want me portal over there?
I don't know. I don't see them. I must be blind. Oh.
Grenade.
Oh shoot. I'm queuing away. I'm queuing away because I'm in an ult. No, I'm burning. Oh. I don't know if you can Q to me. The other team might fight.
Who's behind me? Why do I hear his footsteps right next to me?
You're good. You're good. Try to res if you can.
I'm taking shots.
Maybe they'll fight.
Hold on.
Yeah. They just shoved me so hard on the roof.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
You got this.
Recharging my shields.
I'm gonna queue over for this angle over here.
Need a new angle on this.
They're in the bridge.
Okay. Let's gate him.
Recharging my
Tagged
50.
him.
100.
Target's shield.
Knocked.
Recharging
That was
shield.
all dead, all
The
dead.
time it takes for me to heal.
It's all good. Okay, so notice that the range and distance has everything to do with you always pretty much having to use that micro movement. So we use the box to isolate to work your way into a fight, but then also realize like, and you're using a wingman at more of a range, and how much you have to be warmed up for it, and how like annoying that is. So really take to heart, because you know the session's about to end. Message me in about a week and do those exercises that I sent for you, because I really want to see where you're at, like physically and also mentally for I guess like your aim, you know?
Okay.
Evo shield here. Level 3.
Do you need bats here, Stu?
Shield battery here.
Evo shield here. Level 3.
I'm getting out.
I have some concerns, holy.
For aim labs, I would recommend some DAS. It is a very broad playlist, that playlist. I would focus more on simple task and isolating your aim. Like, I'm giving specifically Agent motion shot ultimate. Like, just flicking so he gets used to the micro movements. And then I'd probably have him do 6-shot ultimate just so he gets used to the precision shots. That's where he has to find that comfort, because then he can focus more on, like, his positioning overall is pretty good. And he's, you know, Agent A's a good teammate, you know? It's just what happens when he runs into the RNG of pressure, you know? It's like you want to eliminate that RNG. It's like right now, honestly, like if I was doing ranked, right now I'm pretty hot, but at the start I was not. So like I clearly would need to spend a little bit of time before I just jump myself into rank, right? But if you're aware of that, then being self-aware is so key and so important. And of course not getting down on yourself about any of that.
Also, joy of pubs on Storm Point. 4 squads left.
I know, right? I probably should have grabbed the R301, but it's okay. It is okay.
2 medkits.
Wait, oh, that's you. I don't know why your audio sounded so close. It's really weird.
I don't know. The guys that were on the roof I heard were right on top of me, so I thought they were pushing me.
10 seconds, but the ring's near.
Actually, might just take this flat line.
Can you coach me? I'm coaching people for free. That's what I'm doing today. Agent A, was this helpful?
Yeah.
Was it good? You don't have to lie to me. You can be honest. Because my goal is like I want to at least get better at doing this stuff too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But it's always a process. Hey, I played Revenant and I want to have an offensive legend. What should I pick? I mean, Pathfinder, but he's the size of a fridge. Wraith, Ash, Mad Maggie. I mean, if you played a lot of Revenant, Mad Maggie might feel a little more comfortable, maybe. Pathfinder's gonna have to worry. You know, have to worry a lot about the yeets. You know, we got to practice those. Vantage is pretty good. I mean, I guess advantage more off angle. Entry fragger. You know, just think entry. Revenant's pretty.
Someone just threw it.
Yeah, I heard that.
Sir. I don't know where it went. I just heard it over my head.
I did too. Is that a bug?
No, I don't think so.
Bugged audio? Everybody in chat? Question mark? Feels like it. Like, it's like a random arc star. Like, it sounded like it came right over our head as well.
We'll find him in like 5 seconds. Maybe.
Purple bolt here.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
See if I can.
Recharging shields.
Daz, how can I stay consistent with recoil? Memorizing the intro part of the recoil pattern.
Got a replicator coming in.
Spread is always going to be a little different. Dude, I don't think anybody was here. I think we actually just got straight up got bugged audio. That's trippy. Alright, just push in. Audio issues in Apex? I've never heard of that issue either.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive what you do with your sense. And even like what like the baseline that you got down, especially since you've never said you've never aim trained. I find that really impressive. And don't worry, you don't have to obsess and like go crazy with aim training.
Oh yeah, no. That's
Right here,
why
ripping.
I don't enjoy.
Woo. Hello.
One has purple.
Yep, I'm batting real quick. I hit one for 59.
Okay. For Magmag ulti.
Yep, 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
Red. I'm taking zip.
Okay.
Or not zip.
Oh shoot, okay. I'm gonna take it too.
Taking fire. Recharging my shields.
Oh no, we're outside the zone. Oh crap.
Getting a fresh angle.
Link up up. Ring's not too far.
Okay, I'm on height right now.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
Oh shoot, hello.
Grenade. Damn it.
Magmag flash.
Nice, I'm dropping.
Making contact with enemy. Hostile ring.
Shoot the rock. She's battering.
Left and the ring's
Yep.
close.
She has a Mastiff. Careful. Octane's here pushing you as well.
I'm
Who's the
healing.
Horizon then?
Or Horizon. That looked like an Octane skin, sorry. You're pushing you.
Better angle at Echo's location. Recharging shields.
And the last squad too. Okay.
Rings close by.
No! I'm throwing. Give me the armor swap.
Mark. Shot at. Just try and hide with that
Gonna have
shiny
to push
tag
in
on you.
from ring.
Already hit her 50. Oh, she got a massive. I'm dead. No! No! GG's.
Actually,
Oh, I forgot she had the massive. I'm so dumb. I pushed and I was like, oh, I got this. And then she pulled a massive. I'm like, yeah, I lost. I couldn't finish the Horizon fast enough either. I was a little slow on it. Otherwise, I would have been a little bit better. Are you training casually?
you can do finisher cancel and it turns them. If you
Yeah.
have default.
I'm usually a little better about doing it though. Like being a more efficient, I guess I should say. You know? I just kind of was like not guessing
As
the
I
right
did
angle.
half of your damage.
It's okay. So
Yeah.
the thing of why it's not as high is just because of that initial like poke damage at that distance,
Oh yeah.
which you'll be able to clean up. Like close range, I think you got it. I think you're great. It's just a matter of like that long range and like hitting those wingman shots from a distance, like we were doing earlier. That is where it becomes a struggle, you know. But you'll get there with it, man. I'm confident. Just message me. Let me know how that lowering your DPI goes. I wasn't going to just have you switch it on the fly right now because I'm just going to work on what
yeah,
we
no.
can. Like, I just don't think that's healthy. I think you going into your own environment, taking your time with it will help immensely. So take your
For
time.
DPI shifts, you always go slow and like in small increments usually.
Exactly. But take your time with it. Message me and let me know how it goes, and I guarantee you'll start to make progress with it. Because you've never aim trained before, and I think that those little micro shots and that clutches you're looking for will make a world of a difference.
Okay.
All right, well, I appreciate you.
Up, right?
What's that?
So I think the session's up, right?
Yeah, we're all wrapped up.
All right. Cool.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. Well,
Yep.
and I appreciate
Thank you for
you.
the opportunity.
No problem. Hit me up with any questions you have, okay?
All right, will do.
All right, talk to you later. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm going to bring the third person in. All right, all right, all right. Oh, I forgot to put in the Discord that we're alive. Thank you so much, Urban. I appreciate you. Alien, thank you. I just want to say thanks for all the amazing content. I know I'm close to getting better thanks to you. It feels like it all comes together. That's the thing. The goal of these coaching sessions, they're very quick. They're within an hour. But the goal is just to point you in the direction. Like, we're able to point Agent A into the direction what he needs to work on and what he needs to focus on. It's still going to take time, you know? It's going to take a little bit of time to work on. What's your Voltaic rank? I mean, it was master complete. Like, I had complete master. I don't know what it is now. I haven't done it in a long time. But yeah, it just takes a little time, everybody. Let's see. Last person, they're free. Let's see, I message them if they're ready.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's going on, Kai? How's it going?
I just woke up.
You're good. All right, well then.
30 minutes ago.
That's okay. Well, then we'll have a warm-up session here, right?
Cool.
All right, let's do this. Remember, YouTube, try to keep cursing to a minimum because it's YouTube. I don't really have an issue with cursing, but for algorithm's sake, you know.
For sure.
Let's be sure to add me _Daz, and we'll get started.
I already got you added.
Okay,
it's
perfect.
Kai Zone in game.
Let's see here. There you are. I sent you an invite. All right, let's go into the test range. Let's test things out. So again, the goal of these sessions. Hi, Mr. Funyun. It's good to see you. And Wapu, good to see you. Is we're just wanting to point you in a direction. With our first person, it was like slow, making sure to speed up the thought process and doing things like if you need to heal up, make sure you're healing right away. I didn't have to point that out to Agent A. Agent A, I had to was more let's focus on how we keep you calm in your aim so then you can clutch out more damage. And I gave him a aim lab scenario to kind of work on, and we'll see what he does with the sensitivity, because I think that's the biggest thing holding him back. But it's easy for him mechanically to clean that up and then open up a lot more doors and opportunity. So my goal with these coaching sessions is really just, you know, I keep them free. I really believe that at least we can point a direction and say this is what you got to work on, and then it's up to you to kind of take the reins and work on it from there. But Daryl, thank you so much, by the way, buddy. She's doing so much better right now. I have help around the house helping her out, and which is why I'm able to kind of do the coaching stream that I'm doing for today. R99, deck that thing out without a stock, and grab yourself a wingman and deck it out with your favorite sight without a skull piercer or boosted reloader. Then we're going to do 5 1v1s. We're going to do some assessment, how you're peaking, the things that you're doing. Everybody's had a little something different. That's kind of what I enjoy so much about the coaching sessions, is that everything that I work on for somebody else is very, very different. You know?
Yeah.
Any tips for mobile? I need to play more mobile to give more mechanical tips, but I would still approach it in terms of positioning and just getting into fights and learning. That's like the biggest thing I just see with everybody, whether regardless of your input, whether it's mobile, whether you're on console, whether you're using M&K. It's all about just finding that baseline. Okay, ready? Let's do this, guys. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. I do go all out just so you feel the pressure, because I want you to make mistakes. That's the whole point. The more mistakes you make, the better it makes it for coaching. And if you absolutely decimate me, that's great too, because then I'll be like, oh my god, you're absolutely insane. You know what I mean? Okay, ready? Any which way you want to use your guns, how you want to win, whichever way, and I'll kind of keep switching it up on you, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god, I'm whiffing.
I downed an
All right,
enemy.
4 more. Gosh, time goes by so fast. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots. Getting shot at.
Okay, 3 more. Yeah, honestly, Osu does count quite a bit in terms of like aim training, so that's great that you do that. I still want you to work on, because Osu has a lot more broad movements as well. I want you to focus. Oh, it has precision, but I want you to focus on precision stuff. But it does help a ton. Osu does help. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Taking shots.
I need shield. I need shield.
All right, how many are we at? Well, I'll count.
2 more.
2 more, perfect. All right, 2 more. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
Okay, one more. Trying to think.
Hard.
You're pretty solid. Diamond rank player?
I haven't even played rank.
You never played ranked. Okay, that's impressive. All right. One more. Do you draw the names days prior to coaching? Well, this week was a little rough. I had to kind of do it like same day that I posted, just because I was going through a whole lot this week. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
Okay. So your thought process is always like in the right spot. And I catch you out because you give me a lot of room for positioning. And I wonder if you do this in just kind of regular pub play, but you put a lot of the control in my area. So an example, like, go ahead and heal up and I'll show you. I know you understand like how to minimize your hitbox and how to make it smaller, but you have to really like, I noticed you do, like, let's say when you backed up here, you're making your hitbox really, really large. So if you watch me right here, like whenever you backed up from the fight and then you move forward,
Yeah.
make sure that those are the times that I'm pretty much going to catch you out and that you're going to make a mistake. I feel like your aim is pretty solid for the most part. But I want you to kind of fight for space. That's the thing. I feel like you're just kind of letting me have space, and you're better than you give yourself credit for. Like across the board, you are much better. Like if you were just to contest me up here, you're going to do a whole lot more damage than you think. And I know you're just warming up too. All right, so go ahead and just fight me. Just climb up with the box and just straight 1v1, okay? You're so much better than what you give yourself credit for. I guarantee it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See? Your spray was pretty equal to me. You see? All right, so we're going to go again. Just keep climbing. Just heal up, and we're going to keep climbing. I want you just to get used to just kind of fighting for a spot. And like once I have the spot, it wasn't that you're playing it poorly around here. It's really because like you just let me have too much of the area, you know? Think of like an Apex. If you saw somebody have height here, you need to fight for the height. Right? And I want you to always kind of think that way, is that you need to fight for positioning that's good. If the zone is pulling towards a spot and there's a team, let's say here, and there's a team here, you need to fight for something. If you're at a disadvantage and you're getting peeked from this angle and you're getting peeked from this angle, you need to full send something and fight for what's yours. And I feel like a lot of players don't fight for what's theirs because they don't think that they're good enough. And I'm not saying you don't think that you're good enough. I'm just saying, like, from what I'm seeing from your actions, that you're so much better than what you're saying. All right, like what you're showing. So climb up again, and then when you climb up, we're just going to use the R99 and try to one-mag each other down. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I know I did a lot of damage there, but you know what aim punch is, right?
Aim punch?
Okay, I'm going to teach you about what aim punch is real quick. It's another thing I can at least teach. So I know I'm landing my shots there and putting a lot of pressure. So we're going to do, come down over here and grab yourself a R301. And you're going to grab a 3X with it. Now, the reason why you always prioritize shield healing over flesh heals is because of aim punch. So just swap the R99 for a R301 and then put a 3X on it. I'm going to show everybody here in the... pretty much everyone who's watching the difference. So let's say you're just shoot me with like half a mag. Oh, I'll count it down. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So no aim punch right away because of the armor. Now I'm going to remove my armor. I'm going to shoot again. And you're going to see how much more kick there is. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You see how the shots at the end are just going everywhere like crazy? That is aim punch. Aim punch really, really kicks in whenever you're flush. So just kind of shoot me in the leg so they can kind of see it a bit more. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You see that the shots all just go everywhere. Just like everywhere. The spread is astronomical. It's crazy. It's just like it's uncontrollable almost. Quote unquote almost. Like you can still control it, but there is just a massive amount of spray. So if you don't know what aim punch is, that is what aim punch is. Now, I'm going to show the same thing to you, Kai, now. So I'm going to shoot you in the leg. You're going to aim ADS down with a 3X. So this happens with every sight, but it's more noticeable when you're using like a magnification. So right now, without aim punch. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, right? There was no aim punch there to the very end. Now what you're going to do, heal up and remove your armor. And I'm going to show you what aim punch does and what it looks like. And you're going to see how dramatic it is. So we're going to switch legends. Okay, so go ahead and drop your armor. So ready, and you're gonna notice that kick. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Never noticed.
It's huge. It's so astronomical. And just imagine the zone, because the zone also adds a little flinch whenever you take the damage. Your screen kind of like does a weird little shake, you know? Now imagine zone. Now imagine aim punch. And imagine you trying to win that fight, trying to push out a zone. So the reason why I'm giving this example is because I say you fight for what's yours. If you see... You want to be able to fight for better positioning and for better areas all the time. Never really, I guess you could say, succeed or say like, oh, I'm not good enough for that fight or that positioning or that angle. You need that positioning because it is going to give you an advantage. If you have better positioning and people are coming outside a zone and they're getting hit by the zone and then you get them flush, there's almost, you have the advantage there. So fighting for height, it's okay to fight for, let's switch back to the R99. Sorry, my bad. So always fight for that positioning. As somebody in chat was being, people are trolls and stuff. They're like, he's not good. I'm like, well, that's why we do coaching. First off, and then second off, I can immediately tell, Kai, that you're much better than you've ever given yourself credit for. You haven't even done ranked, and I'd say you're almost plat or diamond. That's why I said diamond, like based on like the way you're playing. You know how to hold angles. It's just that you don't fight for what's yours. So what I want you to do, because you're smart and you know how to do this, fight for the high ground, fight for what's yours, and try to bully me off. Even if I commit to it, know what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then you say, okay, well, I need to work on my aim in that scenario. And I try to bully them off, and it just didn't work. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You go always for height, and I'll try to fight for it. Okay. Don't drop. Just kind of stay on it. So just fight for what's yours. And it's going to be a little different. I could tell you're used to fighting more from the low ground, just positioning wise, which is why I saw you kind of playing these angles on the side going back and forth, which is really, really good. Okay. I just want you to be able to fight for the high ground area and know when to peek and what to do. We're going to do another exercise talking about that and noticing the difference of how you claim space. I didn't do this with the other two, but I really feel like with you, in terms of claiming space and claiming angles, it's very, very important. Okay, so go again. We're going to climb up, but I want you just to kind of hold. I want you to maintain space, you know, and only really give up the height when you got the damage discrepancy on me. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Taking shots.
So how do you maintain a small hitbox while you're in height right there?
I guess.
Sorry, you kind of cut out. What was that?
Would
Okay, you cut out again, but that's okay. I'll show you. Go ahead and heal up, and I'll show you from the opposite angle, okay? I'm gonna turn you up. Maybe your audio is just a little low. Let's turn you up just a little bit. Let's try that. Okay. So let's say you're from the low ground, right? Because you did it here where you're hugging the box like this, right? That's how you maintain it. So if I was right here, how would you maintain it? There you go, right? Until your hitbox is small, until like it's as small as humanly possible, and then you duck and weave that way, okay? But you want to maintain that height. And the thing is that from a low ground, I'm gonna try to find those angles on you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do the opposite. So I want you to always, having height is a strategic advantage, but make sure, because I mean, realistically, my hitbox will start to become larger when I'm out here. And if you can't land your shots, that's when you know, okay, I need to practice the recoil, I need to practice on getting the jump, and so forth and so forth. Okay? Let's do this again.
Yeah, I don't the R99 for this reason.
Oh, don't worry. You see, I use it because this exercise is so important because the R99 kicks the most, right? For close range. The wingman is great for single shots, and I can isolate which one's happening. Like, you know, your favorite gun might be the R301 or using another one, like the flatline or maybe even the car SMG like we're talking earlier. But the baseline, I would use the wingman and the R99 as a base. Okay?
Okay.
But I want you to fight for space in pubs. And let's say you weren't able to get that fight. We're going to do a little exercise on what it would look like. Let's say an example of what it could look like in game. Okay? So essentially, let's swap the wingman. We're gonna grab 30-30s, okay?
Okay.
Drop all this. We'll swap. And put your favorite sight on it. I'm just gonna use irons on mine. And I'll show you the difference between power plays and everything. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Let's go back. Let's go this way.
Might be something good this way.
Because these are the advantages and the disadvantages of high ground. And a lot of people will probably watch this and ask, well, Daz, I had high ground, but they still ran up on me and they still pushed me and I lost. I was like, okay, so there's many different ways. So go height. I'm going to show you what could happen by somebody doing counter pressure. Then I want you to take the counter pressure and also learn how to stop somebody from moving up by having height, right? So if you have height, from where you're standing, what is the best position that you can stand from to maintain that strength? Yep.
Right here.
And do it quickly. That's the thing. You have to be able to do it quickly. Because the counter is that I know where you're going to peek from and what you're going to do. Because there's only so many spots that you can peek from, right? So if I say we fight, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Opening fire. Void running.
You would probably heal in this scenario, but now look. Now what was once an advantage has become a disadvantage, right?
They spotted me.
Yeah.
I'm taking
So I want you to fight for positioning, but I want you to realize how you can fight for that spot. So if I, let's say, did the damage here and got a little bit of damage, go ahead and heal up. Let's say you missed. What would be your best counter to me doing that, right? And this is how I want you to think kind of going forward in these fights. So let's say I do a little bit of damage. I'm going to do that again. And then I queue forward. What are you going to do to counter this?
Ooh. I would do at least. And start firing once you're right at.
Perfect. So that pressure is the exact thing. There's only so far that I can go for my queue, right? So with that, if I queue forward and I push here and I'm not out of my queue yet, you have the ability to counter pressure, right? Because you have height. You have the high ground. And even right here, you still have height. Now, the only way I win is if I use my head glitches and I do it right back. Think of it like, so I'm giving you the advice on high ground. I'm just kind of showing the opposite spectrum of what the downsides and everything could look like, right? So let's say I pop my Q and I go over again. You want to pretty much like shove it, like, because you know this person is pretty much isolating themselves and kind of going for it, but they're closing the distance, right? You pretty much would shoot and fight.
Yeah.
That would be the pressure that you would need to put. So I want you to work your way in from the low ground, fighting for a position just like I did just now, okay?
Okay.
Tyrion, it's good to see you. Welcome here. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys for watching. Also, Lumpy, appreciate you. And this is where you have the head glitch and you bounce back and forth. Ready? So count 3, 2, 1, go.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
I fell.
You're good. But you see how I like really put the pressure as soon as you came up right away, and like really just didn't care what it looked like. I could have had my R99 out in that scenario, you know. At that point, it's like it takes a second for your weapon to come out, so I have the advantage, right? And, I want you to think like this going forward in terms of like how you push and what you do. And it's not going to click right away, but you'll have the VOD here to kind of think it through. Let's say you had Horizon, right? Let's say you had height.
I'm gonna loot around here.
Well, who's your main? Who's your main actually?
Valk.
Okay, Valkyrie. Let's see. There she is. Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Wings out. Fire. Wings up.
All right, so you see how like I turned the tables? I was also shooting from here, but I kept whiffing because I'm bad. But you see how the angle and what I was doing though, right?
Yeah.
How I pushed my way in. And then once I realized you were so far down and you were going up, I reclaim height, you know? That's where Valkyrie really has her strengths, is that she can take height or take an angle that would be otherwise harder for other legends to push in. So let me give you another example. I actually don't know Dota, but I appreciate the kind words. Hopefully he's a good coach. I don't really consider myself a coach. I just consider myself a guy that's just trying to help others, pretty much. Okay, so let's say like you were trying to push this building over here. Follow me all the way over here.
Ooh, where you at?
I'm all the way over here.
Fox 3 dumping the pods. Wings up.
Okay. Like if you were pushing a building, this is a strength that, let's say like we were 1v1ing, like right at this angle, like right here. I say 3, 2, 1, go.
Firing. Wings out.
See how those angles really help you get to that spot much faster? I was able to get to this angle. Like otherwise I'd be at a disadvantage right here. But I'm able to kind of skip that time and shave down seconds to get to the spot. Otherwise, you're pretty much having to be a regular legend and go up, but it like you save that time.
Wings out.
By like taking like a faster direct path. And that's how you pretty much need to always focus on your fights to get the advantage in high ground. But fight for it. Don't like if you're Valkyrie specifically, angles, fight for what's yours, fight for the better positioning. If you're at a low positioning, wait for them to make a mistake. Let's say like you have the exact height of me right here, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Let's say you're like directly above me because you have height. You know, it's over Anakin. I have the high ground. I need to wait for a mistake, right?
Yeah.
I did a little damage. There's a mistake, and then I go up, and then I can contest at that point, right? But that's whenever you claim the spot. The downside of what people do is that sometimes they'll get the damage. I see this a lot, and I see it with you as well. Like you'll get the damage, but you won't capitalize on it. So let's say you got that amount of damage, but you don't go up on it right away, you know, or you'll take a second. Well, that second can be everything, whether you win the fight or lose the fight.
Yeah.
So,
okay, that makes sense.
Wings out.
but your aim is a lot better than you give yourself credit for. And honestly, if you're playing ranked, I could see you being around like plat or diamond relatively easy, you know?
My main issue in game that I've noticed at least is the fact that I hyper fixate on somebody, and then I don't really pay attention to what's around me.
Okay, we're gonna go in game and we're gonna focus on that. Austin, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much, man. Dota's a game is not a person. He said speed. I know. I think I jumped the gun on what I was talking about. I apologize. I know Dota's a game. I was talking about the person who said that was speed, so that was my bad. So go back on the wingman, if you don't mind. Okay, let's grab that. And so when you hyperfixate, realize that if you fixate to try to go for a different angle or a different spot whenever you shoot, okay? Rather than hyperfixating and holding just one angle. You know, it's almost like if I were to ping pong back and forth between this spot and take a shot here, just like I was drilling earlier, and then take a shot there, and just keep bouncing back and forth, cutting the angle, slicing the pie. So if you just stay at this angle, you know, what is the first thing they're going to do? they're gonna repeat that angle and shoot at you.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you like, we'll give an example. Like this is the worst part that you can really be in. So go back over there. If you repeat the same spot and you hyperfixate, what's going to be the only thing that happens? I don't even have to move my crosshair. I'll just wait for you. There you go. Then you realize I got to peek at a different spot. Now, the question you may have is like, what if I'm stuck in a building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or like, okay, I'm trying to hold an angle. This is the best spot, and I'm holding a building, and you're trying to hold the door and block them. So I'll show you. Let's say you have high ground right here. High ground is everything, but let's say the zone is closing towards me this way, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. So let's say like I have this angle, but you just get the jump on me, right? And let's say you hit me.
Getting shot at.
Finding a different spot to peek from, and then potentially going back, put that pressure, is everything, right? And then finding weird spots you never thought that you could even shoot from.
Mm-hmm.
Is really key. Okay, well, I could technically shoot from here, but you didn't peek it. So like right here.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of that in game, which is why a lot of pros will find like those angles and stuff like that on you, is because they think outside the box. Like you look around here, you say, okay, what are my nice angles? If I look at this spot, this is a nice spot right here.
Yeah.
If I go back over here, okay, this isn't a good spot. This is a nice spot right here. You'll notice that they don't hold it for very long. Usually they do some damage and they keep pushing in until they find you make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
That's the thought process I want you to have in terms of fighting for something. So fight, fight, fight. It's not that your shot is bad. Like your aim is pretty solid. I you know, like let's do a wingman shot. Shoot out here. Do here 1 second. I'm gonna climb on this. We're gonna do some wingman shots. Like I think your spray is pretty competent. You know what you're doing. So we'll climb up on this spot right here. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm taking shots.
Forgot to grab a mag. Keep going.
Ah.
But just stay on the height. Just do not drop. Fight for what's yours. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you have height, be aware of the geometry around you so you don't fall, but just keep fighting for what's yours, right? Don't just give it up, especially when you know that you've taken some shots and you have like a pretty decent fight. So we'll go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Head glitch is great here.
I'm taking shots.
Now, of course, if you take too much damage or reloading, then outside of this exercise, I'm just pointing it as a note because I didn't tell you to do this, then you can reposition and try to reassess, cue back, and so forth. But your shot is a lot more positive than you think. All you need is just really confidence and just kind of going for it. And if you realize, okay, my shot was really bad there, then go into an aim trainer and just kind of grind out an exercise or two. Right now, it's really hard to tell because I want you to be more confident and bold. So then you go into the fight and you say, oh my God, I missed that spray. Okay, then work on tracking. It's through your confidence that you're going to be able to find those holes to fill in, you know? So ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. See, you landed more. I mean, you're landing your shots. Just take your time with it and land those shots. Granted, I mean, I have all this aim training hours and everything, but I guarantee if you were playing between bronze, silver, gold, you would most likely win. I think you would do a fantastic job, man. I think that you would push through a lot more within ranked. I think ranked would be easier possibly than your pubs, to be honest. Now, the thing that you have to work with, go ahead, sorry.
I solo queue all the time. Like solo queue no fill.
Gotcha,
Not a
gotcha.
big fan of Brandos.
I mean, it's a great way to learn, though. I encourage you to try
Yeah.
it. Try it. Do it as an exercise. This is good. This is your takeaway. Fight for what's yours. Fight for better, more positioning, and make those bigger mistakes. Everyone I've coached today has different exercises. Agent A has to focus more on his micro adjustments and his sensitivity, so then he can see whether or not he can constantly get into the flow state and work on that. And just, it's a mechanical thing. And then his decision making will be better. Yours is going to be strictly focusing on your confidence and just fighting for what's yours. Because I see you just giving up the high ground and giving up positioning that you deserve and that you deserve to have. Now, when you fight for that and you realize that you lose, then it'll become a lot more clear what you should be working on, and that's my goal. Is I want you to have those opportunities to think, oh wow, I just got dumpstered on, or like I did earlier on stream, like, oh wow, I made a mistake there, and then you know I should pull back. I'm not going to chase. I'm going to play more patiently. I'm going to take a different angle. Then those options will become much clearer for you. And even the first person I coached for today, oh geez, I'm blanking. What did I would have to go back to the bot and remember what I told them. But I mean, everyone's got something different to work on. So we're gonna do. Let's go hop in game. Let's see how you play your comms, and what you do. I'm gonna play Watson this time around. Good old Watson. Low Octane, it's great to see you. Adam's great to have you here. If you guys enjoying any of the coaching sessions, this has been my first real big video back in a hot minute because of everything that's happened. If you're not caught up on things that have occurred, I had a lot of stuff that was going on IRL. I posted a video about it. I kind of grinded out some content. This is the most time that I've sat down at the computer, and I'm able to do it. My wife is finally home, so that's some really positive news. I do have some help that's helping around the house right now. That's allowing me this time to spend with you guys. But it's important, and so we're just kind of trucking away. Of course, man. I mean, I'm not perfect at it either, but as long as we can guide people in the right direction, then I think that what we're doing is really, really positive. That's the goal. Because you're really good with her. I still need some. I honestly, I feel like I took a few steps back, but I can see myself taking a lot of steps forward. Like my aiming is actually a little bit better in aim trainers, but in game, I guess I'm you know, a week will take you a step back, but it'll be more eye-opening on what you need to improve upon. And that's what you need to focus on. Okay, I'm going to land here.
Okay.
And be confident to land separate if you need to. We can both land here. I'll loot the left side, you loot the right, okay?
Okay.
We got quite a few teams here, so it's a bit RNG, like what's going to happen here. Okay, I'm going to go left. You go right. Yeah, I got some stuff. Not ideal, but take what I can get. But I can fight. What do you got? How you looking?
There's a wingman. I got a alternator and RE45.
Okay. You can pick up that wingman. I got one.
I grabbed a EVA 8.
Okay. We can move up on this. Saw gold mag. My ping. Moving up a little bit. Taking shots. Got blue, about 30 in. One of the stairwell. Ox pushing up. And don't hesitate just to claim space. Remember, just fight for what's yours. One guy right here. Let's just get this guy. He's ISO. Let's fight him. There you go. See what happens when you kind of fight for it, right? How much of a difference? It makes it easier. It makes the game easier. Because, I mean, it seems like they get caught out or they're not good players, and they are good players. Oh, is that person right there? My ping right here. Flush on him. I'm going to take an angle on the far right. Don't forget to heal up whenever you can. I think they ran. Are moving forward. I don't think it's a good push. Looking for an angle. I'm moving up on the left side of the box.
Huh?
They're all the way back here. Whiffing. One for 45. I'm gonna pop a bat. You got my cross. Even if they push, that'll be a free. Oh shoot! No, I'm dead. I threw. Okay. I got arc starred pretty hard. That's okay. But claim that space. So if they're throwing arcs, that means if they're focused me, that it gives you an opportunity to shoot, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm getting hyper fixated, so claim that space, right? Otherwise, if they don't feel your pressure, they're just gonna isolate me out if I just keep moving in and moving in, you know? But we go again. So just take that mindset of always like, hey, they're isolated. Let's claim that space, or let's garner that ground, or let's go push that person, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you can land your shots, but if I see you like freezing or hesitating, whenever I know you can claim that area or cover some ground, that's the biggest thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So always look at it as like opportunities. If I'm being shot, I'm considered like a meat shield. It means that you have free shots because they're looking at me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even let's say you get randoms. This is why I want you to play more with randoms. You'll be able to get a great vibe and like, let's say they push up, they are meat shields. You now have an opportunity to shoot and create a space. Let's say I pushed in and I die, right? You know, I try to create an angle and they arc me out. You have the free shots at that angle as they push in to beat them. You know, that is your opportunity. I want you to look at those as like opportunities. They're not bad things. They're opportunities. That's how I usually get my high damage games, 3K, 4K, is because teammates will make a mistake. And if they make a mistake, then I can capitalize on it. So if I make a mistake, capitalize on my mistake, you know? And if it's not something you can capitalize on, then you pretty much will just leave me and just play you, you know? Like, I will always tell my teammates to play them, you know?
Yeah. No guns. Other
Prowler.
than this.
Yeah, Chad, I try to do the coaching every, like, 2 weeks. This was a little tricky, just because of everything going on. Throw my ping right there.
Wow, first blood. Imagine passing out before even taking a sip.
I got a very bad weapon right here.
What are you rocking?
A RE45 and a Mozambique.
Okay. Here, take Prowler.
Nah, I got a R99 now.
Okay. Mozambique slaps. It's a good gun. Moving up on this.
Setting your fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Gotta wait for
That's out that way. I'm gonna take height right here.
Let's go that way.
Okay.
But you see the pacing?
Yeah.
Is it moving?
Seconds and ring far. Let's hurry up and move.
I think they rotated all the way behind them. Yeah, I think they went this way. We can push on this.
Down to 30 seconds. Rings just a little further.
Watch them turn around this corner any second. Now we're good. Let's move up on this. Through you, what's going to happen is that yes, you're going to die a lot more, but I want you to take very seriously the next week about comms. Thought I heard something about claiming space. I don't know where they went. My ping.
We're outside the ring. Move, unless you want to get barbecued.
So they just finished. I'm gonna hit this. Oh, I got bamboozled. Knocked. Flush on the left. Watch your left.
Got people all across.
Yeah, we're good. We can keep claiming this. Moving up. Pushing this in the building. Nice. Covering. Oh shoot, came up a little faster. I had to back out for 2 seconds, popping one cell, and then I'm gonna fight again. I'm here. Cracked.
He's cracked. Ah.
Reloading. That was the last one. Healing my wounds.
Popping off. No, I didn't reload the second gun. Not bad. So do you normally play like that by putting that amount of pressure and like just getting involved? Or is that something new?
Yeah, I typically do.
Okay. So now I'm going to have it. I'm going to hold your word to that. So I'm going to match your pacing because I know right now I'm kind of pushing you to match the pacing, and then I'm going to push you and tell you whether or not it's fast or slow. Okay? We're doing pubs. So I expect the pacing just to be really, really fast, just to go have fun and just like push, push, push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna hop in, and I'm gonna follow your pacing, and I'm gonna question every time if it feels like it's not fast. And I'm not gonna be, I don't want to be rude about it, but I just want to like be that little fire underneath you and be like, move, 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 go, go, go. You know what I mean? Find another angle. Like, because if you solo queue, you have to be able to put a lot of pressure, and you got to be able to find various angles. You know?
Yeah. I usually play with my little brother, and he typically only lasts a couple games because of how fast we end up dying.
And that's okay, you know, like it's like the goal isn't, if we wanted to win, we could win with like 2 or 3 kills every time, but I always find it more satisfying to win a game with 15 kills or like 10 kills and then clutch out and then lose like 5 games in a row or something, you know? I'd rather go out with like guns blazing than have a round where like I didn't see anybody. Oh, one fight. Oh, we won. That was it. You know, like,
Right.
I just don't enjoy
My
that.
issue is he is a long distance fighter, and I like up close. You know?
Okay. And I'm going to push you on
So-
that. If you say you're up close, I'm moving faster than you and I'm Watson, okay? And so I purposely do this when I coach people. I'm like, you have to move faster than your Watson. Your Watson is like, I use long range, but I push it very, very aggressively, and I want to fight for stuff, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we'll make it happen. Duos is always super sweaty, too. Okay, I'm going to pass it to you. You're going to drop, and I expect you to be really, really... If I tell you I am done looting, and you're still looting, because you're jump master, meaning I'm not going to land on you. I'm going to land nearby, and I'm going to loot, and I'm going to be right on you, okay? This is a test. I'm going to call this the Watson test. If your Watson is looting faster than you and then pushing you, it means you're not fast enough. And that's okay. That is 100% okay.
Yeah.
All right, ready? I got this building right here.
All right. Double the RE45s today.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's go. All right, let me see what you do. I'm going to follow you around. I'm your Watson. I'm your wingman. Wing person. Woman. 'Cause I'm Watson.
Bogey here, and I'm looking straight up their tailpipe.
Knocked. Back up. You're hurt.
Going up.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I'm down.
Yeah, I got your banner. Let's get out. Okay, so there's a few things there. If you took damage and I have more health than you, you need for me to go in first, which is what I was doing, so I called you to back out, right? Top off. Top off, don't go into the fight yet if you're not healed up yet, right? Especially if you don't know what's going on in that building. Or you're going to have to use movement to get in and out of the engagement. That's pretty much what you saw me do there, and just kind of like just running around like an absolute psychopath, you know? If you don't know what's going on in the building quite yet, you have to be able to find a way to breach effectively, and if you take too much damage, then we have to just back out, you know? Unless you're just going to go in the zip line like an absolute psychopath like I just did there, then that's a great way to kind of dodge a fight and kind of work your way through the chaos.
You left.
Yeah, I know, I see him. He's running away. He's got white. We're good. This So I want you to go back to the VOD, and I know it's seconds. It's crazy how like seconds really add up, and it can be very frustrating. But that's that pressure, you know. If you're a Valkyrie and I'm a Watson, and I put a fence down and I knock one, you should instantly think as a Valkyrie to take height, right? That should be your natural instinct. If I'm Vantage, I should be taking height, or I should be finding a different angle, you know, like especially for breaching. You have to trust that your teammates are going to find an effective way to breach, and if they're not, then just let them be a meat shield and make a mistake and then capitalize on their mistake, you know? And even you yourself are going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. All right, let me know when you're ready. Do you need a light or... Okay, you need heavy. I'll look for stuff. Here, I'm gonna drop that flatline for you. I don't know if you need a flatline.
I'll take that flatline.
R3.
Do you mean to be muted?
What's that? Here's a lot of light. Here. You can still hear me, right? Did I accidentally mute? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to mute.
No, you're good. It just went quiet, and I was like, "What's going on?"
My bad. I didn't realize that I was muted. I must have accidentally hit the. There was a keybind that I have. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't remember the last thing you might have heard. At least you know the plus side. You can go back to the VOD and hear what it said. It was just mentioning you when to get in and out. You know, that's pretty much all I was saying. You know.
Yeah.
As a Valkyrie, just take your angles. You're Valkyrie, so take the height right away. You know. And if you don't feel
to push height.
But after you're cracked though. If you don't know what's up there, think of like Loba does this all the time. I've seen Lobas do this. Like if you're like, I'm gonna throw my bracelet up there. Oh, there's a team next to me. Hold on, back up. Cracked. Alright, we can claim that space. Go for it. Nading it. Gen here. Oh, she's flush. You can push. You got it. Nice. No, they're gonna push. I'm gonna go for the arm swap quick. No. Good job. That was good. Good try. That was good. But you see that pacing, like just like how fast I'm just going in, and you got cracked. I put the gen. Technically, you could have been good to go, because think of it. Have you ever played a real-time strategy game? Like Command and Conquer, Warcraft, any one of those type of games?
The thing is I'm an MMO player.
Yeah.
And this is like, other than Call of Duty back in the day, this is the first shooter I've actually really gotten into.
That's perfect, because I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. Think of it this way. The tank has aggro, right?
Yeah.
Whenever the debuffs and everything are done, think of it your armor as a debuff. When you go in, what does a tank do? Once they get too many stacks, or they
back out.
They back out, exactly. So that's what you're gonna do. We're both tanks, and we're just trading off, and I'm maintaining aggro. Now the best thing to do, like when you have that aggro switch, is sometimes the boss gets kited, right? That's what you're trying to do with the players, is that you're trying to kite them. So let's say like you took a lot of damage and you back out and you expect me to go in and cover for you. That's the expectation, because you're kiting the boss out. So we're in that building and you got cracked and I knocked one. They're probably saying, push. It's like, okay, like now we're kiting them out of the building. We're getting information, right? Or if they sit there and we heal up, we now have the upper hand on them. We now have our cooldowns. We now have our ability, stacks are reset. We got control over the situation, you know? At that point, then you go in and push together, you know? That's what you want to do.
Okay.
So just think of it like, because I played a lot of MMOs. I played World of Warcraft and within a US top 10 guild, so I like understand like the same. Think of the same principles that FPS applies here. Don't think that it's a whole different. It is a different genre, but the same mindset like is there. You don't necessarily start DPSing things down unless there's a debuff there. Think of the debuff like Vantage. Does she get damage in? Okay, the debuff is there. That means that's a really good moment to push, right? Because you now have the advantage there. You know, before you push the boss, what do? You clear the trash, right? You clear trash mobs. So if we're trying to push in here, where are all the trash mobs? There's a trash mob there. There's a trash mob there. And then we got the main team over there where the big fighting is happening, right? Think of it that way. And you want to clear that space, right? Because otherwise, if you don't have that space...
Gonna make it.
No, we got... Oh, no! All right, we're good. Did you make it?
Yeah, I made it.
Oh my god, I went flying. Okay, so think of it that way. Because you know how I keep telling you to occupy and take space? Where are the trash mobs? You have to clear out the trash mobs so the boss is easier to take. If the boss has high ground, but there's a ton of trash mobs, you're not going to be able to take that high ground from them, right? You got to clear the trash first. Claim that space, clear it out, give yourself opportunities to win and to win, fight for engagements, right?
Yeah.
And then the game will start to make a whole lot more sense. Because Battle Royales is like, I can use so many different examples and so forth for all this. Alright, this might be my last one.
I tried to get into Battle Royales, but this wasn't my thing for a while.
It's okay. Technically, Apex Legends was my first one. I played other Battle Royales, but Apex is the one that just finally resonated with me the most, you know?
Yeah, same.
And I'm not the best player in the world. I will openly say that because I always want to strive to be better. Even like when I'm happy, when I hit high benchmarks or do really well, it's not good enough for me. I'm not happy with just content with that, you know? Like as I'm coaching, I want to be able to drop, you know, 4Ks every single time. Is that reasonable? No. Am I going to fight for it? Yes. That's how I want to improve and how I want to play, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your Watson is ready, so I'm letting you know that I'm ready to rotate.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, let's go.
Half the squad's bought the farm. We got this.
Potaka, I appreciate you so much.
Attention, delivering care package.
Big R, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. I played at a high level in multiple games. This isn't like my first, I guess you can call it rodeo. Like I was #1 sniper in Battlefield. I had the highest, best KD, fastest kills per minute. In World of Warcraft, I was an arena master, rated US top 10. Like I understand the fundamentals of how to get better. And I wish that I switched to Apex sooner because when I first played this, I was still on Battlefield and never really. It's not that I didn't respect the game. It's just that I didn't realize how good it was. I knew it was fun. I knew it was good, but I was afraid to switch franchises at the time. Until I just got burned out, team here.
Okay.
Until I realized, okay, Apex is truly my game. And so by the time I got started on it, I was like a year late. And I really started investing into it, taking my time. And then I shoutcasted for a little while. I played a very little bit professionally. Not a whole lot, but just enough to where I was able to do something, learn a lot. And then, of course, I'm the general manager of an org that recruits and manages teams and stuff. So it's like I have a lot of different experience, a lot of different areas. At one point, I had the opportunity to play professionally, but then every time I want to play professionally, everybody wants me to manage other stuff instead, in a good way, Technically, make some more money that way. I'm working my way in. Cracked Octane. We got the armor advantage here. Crack advantage, moving up. Nading inside. Hawk advantage. I'm here, pushing in for you.
Alright. Octane's trash.
Yeah, I got him. And I was only able to do that because you did the damage. Because I saw you went in, you did some damage, and I was able to push in right after. Coming. I'm gonna have to fight this.
Hold up. Healing.
Oh shoot, I didn't mean to drop. I'm dumb.
We got 2.
Okay. Ryzen's dropping behind you.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm dead. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's okay. So again, okay, so another thing, fight for what's yours in terms of positioning, but just don't drop off from height. So I accidentally fell. I didn't mean to drop. But don't drop. If you have height and you have the better positioning, don't give it up and then fight for it. So those are the rules I want you to follow. If you have height, don't give it up. If you don't have it, you need to fight for something, right? So if you have the building, don't just give it up, right? Fight for it. Go on the outside of the building. Go fight for that positioning and what you want, right? Because that's important. You fight for that position. You fight for what you want. Think of it like every facet of life, I guess, essentially. Fight for what you want. If you give it up, what's going to happen is going to get taken from you, right? So if you're playing ranked and you're holding really good positioning and you give up, what's the first thing that's going to happen? Well, somebody's going to take it from you, right? So if you want to win and you want to rank up, then fight for the good positioning and say, hey, the zone's going to pull here. I'm going to win this encounter. I need to fight for this, right? And if you lose that fight, you did the best you could. And don't get frustrated about it. Know that that's what you're trying to work on. Is like, how do I fight for that better spot, right? Any questions?
Not off the top of my head.
Awesome, man. Kai, I appreciate you so much, dude. It's 2 o'clock. But DM me. I want you to let me know in about a week. Same with everybody. Everyone who got coached today. Let me know in about a week how all the advice and everything goes, because then the advice has to shift a little bit.
Okay. Alrighty.
Chevy said, "Are you consensus #1 Battlefield?" I haven't played 2042, bud. How do you know you're the best? Are you better than Enders? Enders is not a sniper. I was in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 because I had the highest KPM, I had the most kills, and I was the most consistent. He didn't snipe back then, and even Enders knew that I was the better sniper back then. That's because that's what I made my name off of. That's what I did. But I don't play 2042, and the last time I played Battlefield, like seriously, was Battlefield 5. And I mean, here we are today, right? So it's like I can't really claim #1 sniper anymore if I don't play that game anymore, you know? I want to be, I don't know what I want to be in Apex. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But I just want to be an all-around good, competent player, you know? Did you do a video on how to predict zone closing? Yes, it definitely can. But Kai, I got to wrap up, bud. My help was only here until 2 o'clock. Helping with my wife, so I need to go check on her. I need to go eat, run more errands, and take care of everything. But I appreciate you tons. Please message me. I know you said that you only have 350 hours in this game. You're so much better than you give yourself credit for. Like, the way I see you play and your positioning, I think it's really good. I just think that you give up what's yours and you don't fight for what you want yet. But take guesses on what you think is right or wrong, and then like when you if you reviewed your VOD, you would say, why did I drop there? Like, if I reviewed my VOD, darn it, why did I drop from, how did I accidentally fall? You know, like, and then whenever I was fencing, I had the jump on them. Instead of going in the box, I should have just popped a bat and I probably could have, clutched something out there, Like, those are the things that you tweak that make you a much better player. And it takes a long time. It's not easy, and it's just all about patience. All right?
Okay. Alrighty.
Kai, you have yourself a
you.
fantastic day. Keep up the good work and keep improving, all right?
Alrighty. Thank you for the help.
All right, no worries, bud. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully, this session was helpful for everybody. This is going to turn into a VOD. This was live. And, yeah, thank you guys so much. I need to go check on my wife, see how she's doing. And we'll kind of go from there. Chevy, I don't know. I'll let everybody make their own informed decision. I just know what I was known for and what I was really good at. I don't know what I can claim anymore. I need to continue to improve, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect coach. I'm not the perfect content creator. I just do the best I can, and I'm just taking one day at a time. My goal with my channel, my direction of what I do, everything I learn, I want to share it. And if there's something I discover with something, I learn something just by coaching. Because even from what I see in others, I want to improve and get better myself. There's no way I would ever claim to be the best in that area because there's so much to improve upon. That's why I find Apex Legends so addicting. It is such a great game. And when I think of Battlefield, yes, I could claim #1 sniper at that time, but then I didn't feel like there was anywhere to go. And that's what I love about Apex, is that it pushes me. I can be a much better, like, I know in sniping wise in this game, I'm really, really good. But I can be so much better close range. I can be a much better teammate. I can have better calls. I can have better positioning. I have better angles. I got better zone prediction. I could be so much better in different avenues. And that's what I find so enjoyable about this game. And I want to look back at this VOD and the stuff that happened this past week that I'm going to make progress, guys. And hopefully you guys join me on that journey. Holy crap, I need water. Hold on. And then we make strides. I want you guys to be Proud of what we done, and like the progress you've seen me grow as a player, and know that you guys are what motivated me to do that. And by sharing that and here, like I love hearing the stories of people saying that they've improved and everything. Just know I appreciate you guys. Sorry for the long-winded ending here. I will see you guys all very soon. I probably won't be able to play Apex for a couple days again. Like I said, things are gonna be a little different, and I think some of my skill level is going to initially drop, but I'm using this as a positive because I'm noticing. Because okay, think of it this way: when you ever been so close to something that you kind of notice all of the, you can't see the flaws around it. Think of like a telescope. You look at everything so close, but you don't see the outside area. I feel like I'm seeing more of the outside area, and I was honing so much on a certain specific area. But now that I'm pulling back, I'm able to really like see more of my flaws. It's not like I couldn't see them before, but they're just so much more apparent. But again, I'll see you guys all soon. Join up in the Discord for free coaching sessions. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys again for the memberships, Bottle Cap. Appreciate you. For the people, you know, fighting, you know, trolls. Whether you're trolling or not, doesn't matter. I'm just glad that you guys were here, and then hopefully made your day a bit better. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.